I was waiting how long it was going to take.
Like Cujo.
Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? It's NiceGuyAndy Podcast, and we are live tonight. You know what we do? We love wrestling. We talk to wrestlers. We have some hell. I've got a whole crew of guys here tonight. Some legends in the house. Some champions. Everybody here's been champions. We got Stan sitting next to me.
What's up?
We got JR Rock over here,
In the house.
and the legend.
Rated
X.
baby.
What's up? What's up, guys?
What's going
How
on?
you doing, Rated X?
I'm good.
I'm so happy and glad that you took time out of your busy schedule to come up here in Lexington and travel up here and visit us and have an interview with us. I really appreciate you coming.
Oh, no problem, man. A little rough outside tonight with all this rain and stuff, but hey, we made it, so that's all that matters.
I've been in the studio for like 2 hours here just getting ready for you guys, and so I didn't know it wasn't raining when we got here. So, but yeah, raining now.
Yeah, it's storming out there. It's pretty good.
Stan, how you doing?
I'm doing good, doing real good.
You got the USWF championship belt with you?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Different belt, different promotion.
Yeah. But just still the same champion.
Still the same. I don't change.
And we got JR Rock over here.
What's up? How you doing tonight, Andy?
What's up, man? We talked just the other day about your documentary. We're going to get you in here and your documentary guy in here.
Yeah, in June we'll be down to discuss all that. And
Heck yeah. You can talk a little bit about it tonight if you want.
Okay, we'll do.
So, Jimmy. Man, I'm excited that you're here, guys. Tell us about your career, man. Tell us, everybody that out there that don't know who Jimmy Walls is, Rated X. I'll be surprised if you don't, but explain to everybody who you are, the fans.
Man, I got my start. Actually, you're watching it right here. Crusher Bones coming out there running that yap on me, as you can see. Reminds me of another guy we got sitting in the room tonight, sitting over there by you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he likes to run that mouth too. But anyway, I got started with these guys and moved over to MWA up in Georgetown. And, dude, Fargo pushed me to the moon.
How did you get to did you always want to be a professional wrestler, or did you just like one day be like, I went to a match? How did you figure out you wanted to be, and what was your age?
I had watched it all my life.
Uh-huh.
Grew up on Memphis, of course, Lawler, Dundee, Boogie, all that bunch.
Yeah.
Got to wrestle most of those guys throughout my career, which was awesome. But, no, man, I went to this show, a buddy of mine, he was wrestling on this show, and he was like, dude, you need to come.
Explain to everybody where this was.
This was in Millville, Kentucky. This is Bobby Blade's illegitimate daddy was running this show right here. Terry Embry, Terry Valiant, or Cecil Voles, whatever. But anyway, I broke in on this show right here with Bobby Blade. Started training, me, Bobby Blade, Jeff Vickers. All of us were training together. And Blade went on to MWA before I did.
Uh-huh.
He left this group and went to MWA. And Fargo, I was actually working for UWF, I believe it was, Johnny Holbert's show. I went from that to Johnny Holbert. There's Cecil right there.
And at this point, when you came here, you was already trained?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I was training right here.
Uh-huh.
The first night I ever got in the ring, my buddy that I was telling you about, Tony, Too Sexy Tony, showed, and his partner didn't show up. And I was sitting in the back with him, and they were like, dude, you're a big old boy. And at the time, I was going about 270.
Yeah.
They were like, why don't you just go out there and stand in the turnbuckle? I said, I got you. So I get out there, and I'm standing in the buckle, and my partner, Tony, gets blowed up first 2 minutes, tagged in, and I'm throwing clotheslines, body slamming, elbowing, throwing punches, all the good stuff.
Oh, wow.
So game was on after that.
So you were just in there.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Was you Rated X at that point?
We were Rated X. He was Too Sexy Tony, and I was Gigolo Jimmy.
So the tag team started out as Rated X.
Yeah, and then he lasted about 2 more matches after this, and I just took off with the Rated X persona and started doing singles. And
Where did y'all come up with that name at? You just one day just said, "Hey,
Dude, we was at work. We were throwing stuff around, and Rated X kind of we threw it off the wall and it stuck. We were like, that sounds cool.
yeah."
So,
Maria was in here yesterday, and she said something about she seen you out one day working.
yeah.
She was like, "Who? I didn't even know. She didn't know you had a real, real job." So
Yeah, see, I owned a different business,
Uh-huh.
and so I was out doing that.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
She said she was so surprised. I guess she was young too at that point.
Hey, I like them dollar bills, brother.
Man, dollar bills are the best, right?
Yeah. So, but no, man, I went to Georgetown. I went to UWF for Johnny
Uh-huh.
Holbert. Got to wrestle with guys like Deputy Dog, Todd Morton, Rick Gibson was on that show. Brought in Danny Fargo and Dirty Chris Hayes. They had a split from Dale Mann over in Georgetown, and we were running in Paris out the fairgrounds.
Okay.
There's Deputy Dog right there, as a matter of fact. But anyway, Fargo saw me there, and I think it was a ploy between all those guys, Dale Mann and all them, to kind of raid the talent
Oh, really?
and take the best guys from that show and bring them to
And
Georgetown.
they just grabbed you up, yeah.
And myself and Bobby Blade pretty much are the two guys that
When you went to Georgetown, was you wrestling anywhere else or just strictly Georgetown?
I was going down in the mountains, Manchester, down in there wrestling. But
Yeah.
when I got to Georgetown, Fargo bought Dale Mann out about 3 weeks after I started there.
Uh-huh.
And I went in as Dr. X. I went in under a mask, and I attacked Fargo
Okay.
in Georgetown and started a deal with him. And Fargo told me, he said, Jimbo, he said, if we start getting over and people start hating you like I think they will, Dale will be in the ring with us.
Okay.
Because Dale couldn't let anybody get any more heat than he did. So I look up, and Dale cracks me with a flagpole. And I'm like, yes.
That was a surprise?
Yeah, I roll, get out, and I'm like, oh. And I knew what happened, because we were,
Yeah.
I had those people ticked. They were ready to kill me.
Yeah.
Because I had Fargo down just beating the stew out of him. So it just took off from there, man. After Fargo bought it.
And NWA got big, didn't it?
Oh, dude, it was 54 nights a year in Georgetown.
Yeah.
54.
Oh, I remember going down there myself.
That's
And
it, yeah.
as a kid,
Every Sunday night, Christmas night, Thanksgiving night, we were right in that building, packed.
Wow.
I wrestled Dundee over there in that building.
I think I may have been there for that one.
Oh, dude, it was standing room only.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough. Fargo pushed me to the moon and back. So I was fortunate enough.
You was his guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He told me one time, he said, you're my Lawler, and Wildcat Chris Harris is my Dundee. He said, the guys and the girls love you, and the girls love him. And he said, I've got the best of both worlds with you two guys.
Hell yeah.
So from there, it was fun,
Yeah.
I wrestled every guy he brought in, no matter who it was. If it was Tracy Smothers, Paul Diamond, Bill Dundee, Tony Falk, George Weingroff, you name them, Wolfie D.
Who do you learn the most from as a new wrestler, coming into MWA there?
Fargo molded me pretty
Yeah.
much. But I will say this, he gave me a lot of creative freedom.
Okay.
I did my own deal. I never had to go to, I would go to him, but I never had to.
Really?
No.
He trusted in you that much to just let you just go.
Yeah, I held the MWA heavyweight title 19 times.
Yeah. Oh wow.
That means I lost it 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Hey,
but I
hey.
held it more than Dale Mann, which is a feat in itself.
Really?
But yeah. So all you guys out there that think you held it more times than me, you're wrong. I held it the most of anybody.
Who else was beating you there? Who?
Oh, I lost it to Wolfie D, Doug Vines, Fargo.
Yeah.
I lost it to Ivory Nichols one time. Golly, Doug and I formed a tag team there,
Yeah.
and I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
A lot from Doug. He was phenomenal.
That's awesome, man.
If you never got to get in the ring with Doug Vines, you missed out.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. Billy Marino, he was the ICW Rookie of the Year, and I think it was 80 or 81 or something like that. So
Yeah.
I got to wrestle Billy Marino there. He was tough.
Yeah.
God, he would chop you and leave blood blisters on your chest. But it was fun.
You guys, y'all can chime in anytime you want.
I'm just enjoying the story.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
JR used to come watch me at
I
Georgetown.
did.
As a kid.
I used to watch him, and I was trained by Danny Fargo too. as a
He was
matter of
trained by
fact.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm showing my age.
Stan, who trained you? Did you train yourself?
No, pretty much Bo James, Jim White. I kind of bounced from different ones. Started with one, and then I started with Bo in Tennessee, and then he called Jim White, who was up in Manchester, and he was having free workouts and stuff. And he said, "Hey, I want to send you a guy up there." Me and my brother was in it at the time. He
Okay.
said,
Is your brother not in anymore?
no.
No.
He said, "I got 2 guys. I want you to train them up, and and pay some special attention to them." And we'd drive up there and work out with him, and he pretty much. We went from there.
Heck yeah. How long you been in this business? How long you been wrestling?
I started at the end of 1998.
Oh wow. So over 20 some years, right?
Well, like everybody else, I always say I'm honest about it because there's a lot of guys that they want to lie about everything for whatever reason, but it's like all of us in independent wrestling at some time or another take time off, and I was no different. I took time off and then come back just like everybody else.
Yeah, you got to take time off to heal up. This guy's supposed to be retired, but I see him in the ring all damn time.
Semi-retirement. I guess.
Semi-retired. You gave me, it's like, I'm having a retirement tour. Can I come to the podcast? Like, yeah, come on. I'd love. And then like I see him in the ring all the damn time.
The tour's not over.
The tour's not over.
Now,
okay.
last year didn't work out the way that we wanted it to for JR.
Yeah.
So we're kind of bringing him out a few more shows.
No, I love seeing you in the ring.
Yeah.
I love seeing you in the ring. I think you bring that intensity. I think that's awesome to see you in the ring.
I appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
So I'll be on some of the fair shows for Jimmy again this year, so you'll get to see me.
See you
Not
still
a lot of them.
You can see you in there semi-retired.
Yeah.
Hey, he's working more.
Tell us about the fair shows, man. You got a big bunch of them coming up, right?
Oh, Andy, me and Terry England. Of course, Terry and I are partners with USWF.
Yeah.
Terry is the promoter for UCW, Ultimate Championship Wrestling. And he and I partnered up about 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And we just go and work the fairs, man. And we have the biggest fair tour in this state.
It's awesome to see promotions work together. It really is.
Yeah, Kyle Maggard and I and Terry, the three of us, try to help each other out. Brandon Wilson at TCW, we try to help Brandon out. Terry does a lot of work for Brandon and vice versa there. But, myself and Terry were down at Jackson just, 2 weekends ago with Kyle.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I
helping
seen y'all
out,
down
so,
there.
yeah.
You were down there calling the matches.
Actually, yeah, I was. I was doing play-by-play and color commentary. So yeah,
that was my first. I got to come out with Stan, and that was my first time getting to do something like that. And then I went back and listened to you. I loved it. I was like, he's calling me all kinds of names and stuff. I loved it.
Yes, yeah. It was fun.
Hold on just a second, since I'm allowed to interject in here.
Go ahead.
By the way, before we move on past that, who retained in that big match there in the mountains a couple weeks ago? Who is still the AMW heavyweight champion? I just want it to be said out loud in here. So
hey, look, I ain't gonna sell you short. You carry that belt, you carry the USWF heavyweight title. Yeah, I give you all that credit, but it's how you do it, dude. It's how you come down. You always conniving. You always backbiting somebody. You always
that doesn't
cheating.
sound familiar to me. I've just seen honesty and hard work.
Well, you're blind. You're
Me
blind.
too. Me too.
You
I
can't see anything.
I was in his corner that night, and I didn't see anything
Yeah.
going
Well, hey, they had a TV show years ago. It was called The Three Stooges, and we got them lined up right here. You know what I'm
at the
saying?
ringside with Stan a lot, and I've never seen him do anything
hey, listen,
underhanded.
I knew ahead of time. That's why I had Andy there.
Exactly.
Because I've done been getting threatened through my instant messenger on Facebook all week from Marty Clay's family that they was going to do everything they could to disrupt me, to not make me pay attention like I should to Marty. And when they started getting rowdy and I seen them out there, I asked Andy, I said, "Hey, Andy, come out here tonight with me and watch my back."
Why do
just in
you
case."
always have to have somebody watching your back though? See,
Well, I
that's
mean, Marty had his whole family out there. I mean, they was acting like
They
they
were
was
in
going to
this-
come
oh,
over the
come on.
railing and everything. And Andy
I was
if
just-
Andy hadn't been out there, they probably would have.
I was
Probably been a
distracted.
riot.
hey, hold up.
I was distracting his family.
like this dude's gonna scare anybody. Come on now,
He's
come
got on a
on.
Stan Sierra shirt.
They would have probably
Look,
broke
all
the
that
barricade
I know.
down.
That's
Super
all I have.
Mizark. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all I have to do is have this shirt on, and then people are scared.
It could have
Is
been
that
a
what it
riot.
is?
Yeah. And plus, look at his guns.
Yeah,
I've
brother,
been in the gym a couple
you need
times,
You
man.
need to load them guns back up. That's all I'm gonna say to you.
No, but you just don't like it that I put things in to help me out. You all try to pile all this stuff against me, and then when I get somebody to watch my back and say, hey, you know what? Andy, stand out here and watch my back and make sure I'm getting a fair deal, and then you all lose your minds.
It's all business. It's all about
Hey,
business.
he's been doing the same thing to me on all these fair shows. Every time I have a match, he's got to come stick his nose in my business and say I'm cheating or doing something wrong.
You use that strap.
I don't think
know what you're talking about.
I don't think there's any sort. There's no such thing as cheating, is there, in
No,
wrestling?
Not that I
Do
know
we have
of.
amnesia? Is
No.
that what we got going on here? Y'all forget what you do?
Perfect clarity, right, Stan?
I call your strap character building.
Yeah. Character
Exactly.
What you call
building.
Mr. Higgins?
Character
Character
building.
building.
What you call that dog chain around your neck?
Character building.
What you call that thing you stashed in your tights that you hit Marty with?
That's you
What
Oh,
think that's what
exactly.
we're talking
See?
about?
you don't know what that's called.
Hey, you leave his thing
We're
alone.
getting Braided X here tonight. I mean, what are you talking
I'm
about?
just calling it out, man.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just calling it out. You had something
He
wrapped
calls
around
that
your
the
fist.
sledgehammer.
And this one out here passing out fake $100 bills like he's something. Come on now.
You know, I'm a businessman.
No,
you know,
Johnny
I can't
Lee-
give out real money.
Hey, look, Superfly's the man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
Out of this podcast,
I'm gonna beat his ass.
Johnny
dude.
Lee's the man. That's all I'm gonna say
I'm
about
gonna
this
beat.
deal.
I'm gonna beat his ass on June the 5th.
Hey, you gonna find out the difference between brush and timber because I've been working out with Johnny Lee.
Oh no,
he gonna smoke
no,
you.
no.
That's what's. Hey, Andy, I'm just telling you
that's
right now.
unfair. That's
Look,
unfair.
all you gonna be doing is looking at the lights, brother. Counting them lights.
That's
You
unfair.
stop.
I got.
You know what? I'm glad Johnny Lee's not here tonight because I've been sitting here watching this crap right here on TV that's bored me to tears
What
to
do
the
you mean?
point if he was here tonight, I'd have to punch him out again
Yeah.
just to get my aggression out.
Oh, that's a big deal. That got like 12,000 views on the YouTube and like 50 or 60,000 views on Facebook. Yeah, people want to see Johnny punched out.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, hey,
drop this elbow
I hope
on him.
you don't have him glasses on. That's all I'm gonna say during
Oh,
this
you can't.
match.
Plus, you can't hit a guy with glasses.
Oh no, he's gonna hit
That's
you
the
dead.
rule, right? That's the rule, right?
As far as I know.
Do you know what I've taught
Yeah.
him, Mo? Don't hit him in the eye. Hit him dead in the mouth.
These two guys have taught me all kinds of stuff.
Like what? How to hand
to
out them
be a
$100
winner.
fake bills.
How to
Be
be
a
a
winner,
winner.
be a champion. You know, look good in the kilt.
All I'm gonna say is this:
Like they've taught me all kinds of stuff.
Stan hadn't had that belt right there back for about a month now. And how did he win it? How'd you win that belt again?
Fair and
Fair and
square.
square, right
1, 2,
there.
3. How does anybody
This man's
win?
known me for years. He knows that I'm not going to go up and I'm going to not discredit the sport of wrestling or cheap change anybody's hard-earned money
Hey.
and cheat.
What
I'm
y'all,
going to win them fair and square.
y'all fail to realize I've been on both sides of the fence. I know how to play the game. I know what it's all about. I've been there.
But you had a referee count 1, 2, 3. That's legit.
Yeah, after Mr. Higgins got involved. After a dog chain got involved. See? You can't beat nobody man on man.
I guess the ref didn't see that, did he?
No, because he's blind too, just like you are.
Technically, it was never declared that that's how it won. Seeing that, you got to see something visually. He's got
Exactly.
that Marty Clay thing going with a narrative here.
Uh-huh.
He wants to spew a narrative without any facts. The fact is, the
I'll talk
referee
about
counted to 1, 2, 3.
Talking about spewing
Okay,
narratives, Marty
whatever.
Clay spewed some narrative, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. How good? Where'd that get him?
His blood's still in there on the floor, actually.
See, what
It's all over the place.
What you got to do somebody like that for? You know what would happen to y'all back in the day?
I didn't
all
do nothing.
this right here was
I was
going
just,
on?
I was just watching
Yeah.
and helping a little bit.
Well, technically, if you watch the video, you seen that I was trying to calmly leave
Oh, yeah,
this
he-
building, and Marty Clay jumped up and chased me down the hall.
Yeah, that is true.
But what
He
about
did.
what you did to Johnny at Superfly? What about that?
He walked right in front of me and tried to stop me. He come around that corner with his chest out and tried to block my way. I had
And
no
if you
choice.
don't, if you
Probably
look,
an accident.
Watch the video.
If
It's
you
as
re-
clear as day.
yeah, if you look real closely, Johnny Lee had some brass knuckles in his hand.
I seen him.
Huh?
Yeah,
He tried to assault.
probably
Stan.
not brass, more like copper because he's cheap, but he don't have any money right now. But he has some copper knuckles in his hand, I think.
Look, he fishes every day. I've taught him how to take that fish hook.
Uh-huh.
Put that fish hook right between them knuckles, baby.
Oh, so you're teaching him how to cheat.
That's-
So you're sitting there
That's
telling
right.
us
No, no.
not to cheat, and you're teaching Johnny
No.
how to cheat.
Dirty
Y'all got
tactic.
anything goes, right? It's anything goes.
Is
Well,
it?
Yeah.
I think I don't know. Is it?
Oh, well, you better be reading up on your
Oh,
contract.
okay. So anything goes means I can pay off
That means he gonna
anybody.
Fish hook you. He gonna fish
right.
hook you.
Just come out with that money, and I'll
What
be
do you
able to
mean?
win.
No, it ain't. Well, it's gonna be down there with Terry England, so I can't call that.
Oh, yep. Terry England likes money.
What that means is that your old buddy Stan Sierra can come out to the ring
Oh,
and
yeah.
kinda watch your back and make sure
Watch my
nobody
back.
tries to cheat you.
Yeah,
I've
there
already.
we go.
Hey, you're busy that night.
There we go.
You're busy that night.
Maybe J.R. Rock can
Look,
come out with me here.
Y'all
What
gonna
night
be down
is
in
that?
Salina. No, he's busy that night. Y'all gonna be in Salina, right? That's gonna be in Salina, Tennessee.
Yes, I think so.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
We are in
Taylor,
Russell Springs,
Russell
Kentucky that
Springs,
same
yeah.
night. He's got his belt on the line, and Jabberjaw over there, he's going to be put into something too. So it's all going to work out. And you're going to be by yourself, so ain't going to be no shenanigans.
I'm never by myself.
Oh, well, you going to bring somebody? Is that what you
Oh,
said?
I got my boy B Money watching it. He's got the hell of a super kick too.
B Money. Who's B Money?
He's
broke.
He's my new protege.
B
He's
Money
my
is
new
broke.
superstar.
That's all I'm going to say. He's broke. B Money ain't got no money.
No, he's got 4 times. He's B Money. He's 4-time amateur wrestling champion. Collegiate.
Is he?
Yes. Yes.
So we need to be shooting? Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
I'm a shizooter.
Okay.
You know what that means?
No.
All right. That's a good thing. Bobby Blade knows what that means.
Okay.
All right.
We should have brought Bobby Blade in here too.
No, Bobby Blade can't hang.
He can't hang.
Nah.
No.
He about like Stan.
Is that right?
Alligator mouth, hummingbird rear end. That's what we got going on there. But no, man, fair tour kicking off.
Oh yeah, tell us about the fair tour, please.
Well, the first we're at Monday night, June the 3rd, Carroll County and Taylor County that night. June the 5th, Salina, Tennessee, where you gonna get smoked.
I'm gonna be a champ that
Russell
night.
Springs, Kentucky. Then we got Bull County 4 nights the next week. We start on a Wednesday and go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That Friday, we're also down at Greene County, going back to Greene County. So not only are we in Greensburg and Danville, Russell Springs, and
It's gonna be a long summer, isn't it?
oh,
got a lot
dude,
of
we ain't
ass
even
whooping to do,
Barron.
Sam.
We're talking Barron County, Metcalf,
All those
Marion,
shows, we got a lot of ass
uh,
whooping to do.
E-Town, Hardin County 3 nights, Jessamine County right down the road.
Oh
here.
wow, okay, Jessamine,
So-
we'll definitely be down to that one.
We've got, I think it's 22 or 24 dates lined up. for
So
fair.
with the one that we're at, it's you get to watch the wrestling if you get into the fair. Is that
That's the way all of them
All
work.
of 'em are like that.
You pay the admission at the gate, and you get to watch all the sideshows.
Oh wow, okay.
yeah.
Okay. So if you go to the fair, you pay the admission to the fair, you get to watch the wrestling. You just go over there and get you a nice seat and sit there and enjoy professional wrestling by USWF, UCW. Who else is going to be involved in that? TCW.
The two, Terry and I basically are running the fair tour.
Okay,
So-
awesome. Yeah.
But Brandon helps us out, so
Uh-huh.
TCW is in there as well a little bit. So, yeah. So, Brandon helps, and of course Terry's on that side. We do Western Kentucky State Fair down in Hopkinsville.
Okay.
That's another big one. Hart County Fair,
What's the biggest fair that y'all do? What's the biggest one you think?
probably Western Kentucky State Fair because it's packed in there.
Really? How many people you think be watching the wrestling?
I tried to count last year, and I was guesstimating over 800.
Oh wow.
But it's a standalone building, air conditioned. They pay.
Oh,
like
it's
a-
inside.
They have to pay $1 to come watch the wrestling. Now
Okay.
that's the only fair that. But I think they pay $1 or $3 or something to get
okay.
in. So,
Yeah.
But
Oh, it's
hey,
worth it. You got to pay for that air conditioning.
Yeah.
People pay for that air conditioning.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. But we the last 5 years we've ran the most fairs of any promotion in Kentucky.
You guys enjoy the fair wrestling? Is it mostly
yeah.
outside stuff?
Pavilions, a lot of pavilions
Yeah.
we do. Some stuff is under the stars.
Oh wow.
They'll bring lights out and
Do y'all have a preference? Would y'all rather wrestle outside, inside? What would you wrestle? What would you rather do?
It doesn't matter to me. I can beat anybody up anywhere.
Is it Is it different to be under the stars at night, or is it?
Yeah.
yeah, because when they get beat, see they look it up in the sun, in the stars.
we get
all
to
them
see
stars
the same
shining.
thing.
These
he
two guys
saw
never hardly get beat
all
though.
those
Yeah, you
years.
ain't watching.
You got to see stars.
You just wishing you ain't watching.
And we were on a racetrack, horse track, a couple times in some of the shows. There
Yeah.
was a ring set up right on the racetrack.
Outside
The
stuff.
pulling track. One
Yeah.
time, God's honest truth.
Uh huh.
Taylor County had us in the middle of their track, right? And had go-karts going around while we were wrestling.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, it was not awesome. It was horrible.
I
But
bet.
it was fun.
So y'all was in the in circle.
Yeah.
Inside.
Infield.
Was
Yeah.
it like real racing? They were
Yeah, they
real-
were go-kart racing because
Oh, okay.
the Fair Board president said, I've got a great idea. Tell me if this won't go over.
Yeah.
Go-karts and wrestling. I said, yeah, that's awesome.
Whatever you want to do.
He said, no, you're not understanding me. At the same time, at the same venue, go-karts going around I said, oh, no, we can't do that. dude."
Yeah.
I said, what if one of them jumps a hay bale and lands up in the middle of the ring? My guy's in there.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Or I mean, who want like?
it worked out, though. It was pretty cool after it was all said and done.
Yeah.
I was more tickled after it was over than when we first started.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
But the guys
because
could-
you're serious about this wrestling. You're serious about professional wrestling. You don't want all the eyes on the go karts. You
Look.
want the eyes on the professional wrestling.
Andy, let me break it down for
Yes.
you.
Break it
Okay,
down.
I'm old school, right?
Yes.
Professional wrestling is this in a nutshell. There's a lot of guys out here say wrestling has evolved.
Yeah.
I call bull crap. Wrestling ain't evolved. You got a good guy, you got a bad guy. You got good versus evil. That's all
That's
it's
simple.
that's all it's ever been.
The yin and yang.
That's all it's ever been. People want to try to change it and say, "Oh, we've evolved, we've done this." No, you haven't.
Yeah.
You ain't evolved. You ain't done nothing. It's the wrestling business. You didn't start it. There ain't no sense in changing it.
Yeah.
All these guys that think they can change the wrestling business, if you don't like the way it is, don't get in it. Plain
They
and
did-
simple.
They just added some flippity flips and flippity that's, but
No,
they haven't changed anything.
Dude, my
Yeah.
biggest pet peeve is a guy wrestling a girl.
Oh yeah.
Andy, if I can't smack my woman in the mouth,
Yeah. Why would you do it in the ring?
then how can I beat J.R. Rock up if I can't beat a woman up?
Yeah.
And I'm not throwing off on women. There's some tough women.
No, yeah, there's some tough women.
I'm not saying that. But believability to the wrestling fan,
Uh-huh.
it's not there. I'm sorry, but I'm just old school.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to see two girls wrestle.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't want to see a guy smack a girl because I went to jail for that when I was, younger.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. I ain't never done it. But still, Stan has.
Woman beater.
Stan
that
has.
sounds
He's a
about
woman
right.
beater.
Yeah.
He wants to give us grief about being.
right.
See, we do character building. We don't do
No,
women
no, you
beating.
don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. What
Yeah.
you do
Yeah. I
is
mean-
you go underhand and go in your bag of tricks, and that's how you win. You can't beat a man one
We
on
didn't beat
one.
no women though. It was dudes.
Huh?
Yeah, we wasn't women beating. We was dude beating.
Some of them guys I've seen you wrestle qualify as a woman. That's all I'm gonna say. But you see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Seriously,
Where
I
did
mean-
that? Where do you think that came in at? Why do you think people do that? They do that a lot. They have a whole
Shock factor.
They have a whole show somewhere that the guys wrestle the girls. Like every where is that at?
Think about who's the first guy you ever saw wrestle women?
Andy Kaufman.
Very much, exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Andy
a
Wade-
non-wrestler.
And yeah, exactly. He wasn't a wrestler.
No, he wasn't a
What did he
wrestler.
weigh?
120 pounds.
yeah.
probably.
120 pounds soaking wet. So most of the women that he wrestled were bigger than him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Miss
his
Patty about
was
twice
definitely a
the size.
gimmick thing. He wasn't like
exactly.
He definitely was beneath.
It
them.
boils down to that the evolution. They're trying to make the evolution of the wrestling business, and it doesn't need to. It doesn't need that.
Yeah.
People come still. They pay their hard-earned money to watch good versus bad. Plain and simple. Look in the mountains, man.
Yeah.
Look at what Maggard's done the last few months.
Oh,
down
that's
there.
incredible. That's an incredible wrestling organization down there. I love going down there. They're always so nice and polite to us, the whole organization, and they always invite us down. And that's a great promotion. They put on a great show. They have the great matches. They have a great champion. It's just a great show. They do a great job.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Kyle does it the right way, I think. We had Jessie Belle Smothers down there wrestling
Oh,
Big Mama
what-
just
yeah.
last show.
What a great match that was.
It was good. I mean, it really was.
Yeah, it was a great match.
Other than shenanigans that went on in the end of it, the shows were great.
That was the best part of when I was out there. When I came out there was the best part, like of the whole show. And I was coming with the champ.
Well,
And I came out there because we're good buddies now. Came out there with the champ, watched his back, threw a little money around, towed off some Marty Clays family, told off some of them people.
It's a
That
wonder
was
hey.
so great.
You better be thankful you didn't get cut. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
to
I
you.
know. I probably could have got cut because
They're gonna stab you.
yeah, because their fingernail.
all
All those people down there, they don't cut their fingernails.
What are you being like that for?
That's how they pick their teeth. They let them grow out.
Well, you know what, Andy? I want to take this time to personally shake your
thank
hand
you.
and thank you for watching my back down
No,
there.
thank you
because
for allowing me to watch
if-
your back.
If you hadn't have told them in the back that Marty's family
Suck
was
up.
getting out of hand and them
Suck
guys
up.
come out to put a stop to it, who knows what would have happened to me and you either one. I mean,
yeah.
they could have overtaken us. You seen what was going to happen. You called back to the back. You got the guys out there, and they watched our back like they was supposed to.
I was
It's that
armed.
simple.
I was armed with a big old pocket of money because I know Marty Clay's family is poor, and I could have just paid them off.
Well, it sounds like you were there just to keep things fair and square.
Fair and
From
square,
what I'm
yes,
saying.
square and fair.
Yep.
Dude, I found one of his dollar bills in the back in the dressing room after the show was over. I went back there and picked it up. I was like, oh, somebody done dropped a $100 bill here on the floor. Let me pick that up. Now. Where'd you print them off at?
Well, you know,
Kinko's?
they're down there. You know, down there in Jackson, they're not that
Are you
smart down there. So
Really? They don't know what a dollar bill looks like?
Not $100.
not 100. I don't think they've ever seen 100 down there. Have you?
I don't know. Do they work?
I don't think they've ever seen $100 bill in Jackson.
Dude, them's coal miners. What are you talking about? They make more money in a month than you make in a year. I guarantee it.
Probably, yeah. You're
I'm
probably
telling
right. You're probably right. There, look,
Used to be coal
there's one of
miners.
those hundreds right there.
Huh?
Yeah,
Fake.
that's real. Right? That one's real. Is that one real? B Money? Yeah, that
Last
one's
time
real.
I was in Jackson wrestling, I heard somebody saying, "Where are my poor people at?" And everybody was going crazy because they was all poor. So
Yeah.
they probably didn't see no $100 bill.
You ought
No,
to be
they've
ashamed.
never seen 100.
Ought to be ashamed. of
Last
yourself.
thing I heard about Jackson, and this is a fact because I only deal in facts, and you can look it up and double check it.
Here we go.
They made big news over in that town because the students was out there cross dressing, doing lap dances. The boys was doing lap dances on teachers. That's what they're teaching people like Marty Clay over in Jackson, Kentucky. And you think a punk like that's going to show up and he's going to beat me? Come on now.
That
No-
is
no
that is
chance.
despicable. That is
No chance.
despicable.
Coming
And that's
from,
a fact. Look it up.
Hold on. A guy chiming in wears a skirt. Seconding you, though.
It's not a skirt.
That's a skirt,
He
dude.
wears combat boots.
That's right.
It's a skirt.
That is athletic wear.
Athletic wear.
No, you wear a skirt.
It's a breathable athletic wear.
It's whatever.
Warriors in Scotland and Ireland wear those. That's a
Open bottom.
warrior's outfit. That guy right there is a warrior.
Open bottom shorts. All right.
He's a damn warrior. You're a damn warrior.
That's right.
Yeah.
Gee, old Pete. That's all
Listen,
I got to
if
say.
me and JR here, we can't tell you. You try to badmouth me and JR.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many guys down over the years that we've done some pretty good character building in. And by the
Yeah.
time we got done with them, they either made it on down the line in wrestling business or they went back home to their mommy's basement and kept on with their video games.
Most of them
because they
went
knew
home.
they wasn't man enough to hang.
Is that right?
That's exactly right.
Well, I ain't buying into all that either.
From Lawrenceburg to Indiana to Knoxville, Tennessee,
That's
me and this
exactly
man
right.
right here have put them down.
You fail to realize that I have watched you and Vic the Bruiser go at it. I have watched you and Chris Michaels go at it. I have watched you and Marty Clay go at it. That's three of the top guys in this state
He is
that
the
you
top
have wrestled.
guy.
And what do they all have in common?
You beat
Please
'em
say
all.
it. Please say it.
You've hit him with Mr. Higgins on every match.
I've beat all
No.
three of them.
Yeah.
Losers.
You might have won, technically, but you did it underhanded somehow. That's all I'm going to say. Then you know you did. But now, Andy, getting back, let's get back to Georgetown for a minute.
Yes.
Georgetown, like I said, 54 nights a year. Not only that, we would go out on tour and we'd do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday all over the state, right? We would draw for those 4-day weekends. I remember going to Estill County Fair one night. Rip Rogers was on that show. Doug Vines was on that show. I can't remember who all, but there was like 3 or 4, pretty good name guys on that show. And when we went out, myself and Bobby Blade teamed up that night, and we wrestled the Hillbillies, the Country Cousins, Jeff Rowe and Jed. We shut now listen to this. We shut the carnival rides. They cut the lights off. There was like 6,000 people watching us over there on that track. And when we got done, I was not as you should say, I was not the fan favorite there. But they had to call the state police in to get us out of the ring and get us to the back because we raised so much cane over there.
Do you hear that, Mr. High and Mighty, talking about all
No,
his
I'm not
underhanded
saying.
deeds?
I told you I've been on both
Yeah,
sides of the
yeah.
fence. I've been involved in riots in Georgetown. Tracy Smothers and I were in a big riot there, and they called every cop in Georgetown. And this straight shoot, Patty Powell was sitting in the back crying, "What are we going to do? They're going to kill us." But I've been very fortunate in my career to.
So how long after your wrestling career ended did you start USWF, or did you start it during?
But I wrestled and promoted.
Okay.
But I had a silent partner.
Uh-huh.
Well, he wasn't silent. He was one of the ring announcers. And but
How did you get into it? Was it already a company, or did you created it?
I took time off.
Yeah.
As Stan said, I took some time off. I had left Georgetown. I had left Mount Sterling. Fargo, after he sold to Dirty Chris Hayes, the MWA, he started back up over in Mount Sterling.
Uh-huh.
And when Fargo was running at it over there, and I told him, I said, man, I need to take some time off. So I took a couple of years off. Got to missing the business like we all do.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, we haven't, we used to draw where I live like sellouts.
Yeah.
When USWA would come up there. And so I just made a play off their name, USWA. We just called it USWF, United States Wrestling Federation.
Yeah.
And there was 3 of us involved in it that started it up. And we started in a little town called McKinney.
Okay.
Kentucky. Didn't even have a stoplight in the town. And ran there twice a month, and we had sellouts.
Where'd y'all run at? Like the high school or
old school gym?
the old school gym?
Yep, and it's packed.
Yeah.
I had guys that were wrestling at OVW during the Cena and Randy Orton times.
Yeah.
Had them coming down. Had some guys like Jack Black and Vito Andretti and Johnny Spade, Smooth Johnny Spade. JT Money came down there and wrestled. Zodiac was down there. Mass Superstar was down there. Stevie Phillips was down there.
So how much was y'all drawing then? How many?
Packed.
Packed.
Every show, standing room on the
Yeah.
wall, standing.
That's awesome.
And we ran that. I ran that for, I don't know, 6-7 years down there. And I got to a point where I tore a rotator, then tore the other rotator, and I was like, dude, I need to take some more time off to heal up.
Yeah.
And so I turned around and sold it to one of my partners. And he ran it for a little while and didn't enjoy the success that we had.
Yeah. Didn't have the passion for it, probably.
No, he did. He didn't have rated X down there.
Oh, yeah.
That was
okay.
the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the truth. So, and then, after I took time off, I healed up, had some shoulder surgeries, all that good stuff. Came back, and we started down at Kings Mountain, did the USWF reunion show that I think that was the first night Stan Sierra was on a USWF show, if I'm not mistaken.
He won. And he automatically won the championship that night, I'm sure.
He wrestled Tony Gunn from OVW that night.
I was the champion in the championship match that night.
You was
Matter of fact.
Did you win the championship that
No,
night?
I got cheated out of it.
Who
Gee,
beat you?
Of course.
A dirty cheat, Stevie Phillips.
Stevie Phillips.
Biggest cheater of the bunch.
That's right.
Yeah, that guy's a cheater.
Of course, his buddy. It's okay for his buddy to
Yeah.
cheat.
How did he cheat you?
He's a cheater. Everything he did was a cheat. What do you mean?
What'd he
were there.
do? Raise
You
your
saw
skirt
it.
up and
Poked his eye.
shot you or something?
Probably poked him in the eye.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Stevie straight up.
Now he failed to mention when he took that time off that second time that I was in the ring when he had to go bye-bye because he couldn't handle it anymore.
Did you
He
tear
was
his-
out there managing Tony Gunn.
I wasn't mad. No, I
bit off a
wrestled in
little
an
more than he
8-man
could
that
chew.
night.
No,
I was
not,
in an 8-man.
not at the reunion show when you took off time
Oh, well,
before. He was out there with Tony Gunn, bit off more than he could handle, so he had to take some more time off.
Right.
I forgot to mention that.
You tear his rotator.
That's right.
You tore his
Hey,
rotator clip.
Right
in
down there in Liberty.
guess what we drew that reunion show?
What'd you draw?
Over 800 people that night.
Hell yeah.
Packed. And we ran Kings Mountain for probably a year and a half, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then lost the building down there. The county took the building back over, didn't want to rent it out, didn't want to pay for the electric
Yeah.
and run the heat and all that.
It's like that here in Lexington. It's hard to find anywhere to have any shows here in Lexington. I wish somebody would come here and find a place to wrestle because we don't have anything here. It's like, we don't have anything here.
Draw right across the street where the Continental Inn
Oh,
was.
yeah, right across the street, Continental Inn, yeah. Tell us about those days.
The one and only ever Continental Inn heavyweight champion right here, baby.
What was that?
Ever.
The only one, the one and only.
The one and only.
Did they have their own promotion or did?
No. It was MWA over there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was MWA too.
Yeah, Dirty Chris Hayes at that time was running it. And,
like you could actually look out that window and see where it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, Wildcat Chris Harris was over there. Prince Justice was over there. Rob Williams was over. I don't know. Golly, there was Humongous was over there one night. I remember that.
Donnie Green,
Donnie and Ray. Yeah.
Thanks God.
Yeah, Ray.
Those
the Bear,
guys
baby.
those guys are hilarious, man. They're in here all the time. They come up here and they're on here a lot. Anytime they want. That's.
I had Ray the Bear's first match.
Yeah.
He actually wanted me to ask you.
Yeah, Unicorn.
His first run in.
Yeah. Yeah, he headbutted me so hard I looked like a unicorn the next day. I said, God almighty, this guy's killed me.
Those guys are awesome. Donnie Green actually said that you shortened his career a little bit.
That I did?
Yeah.
What did I do?
He said you just worked so stiff that you took years off of his career. He said that last show. I think he was fucking with you, but...
Hey, look, those guys, when we went to Mount Sterling, when Fargo turned around and got out of Mount Sterling.
Anybody want a water?
And the Parkers took that over up there. And that's where we formed the Gentlemen's Club with myself and Jim Chadwick. We formed the Gentlemen's Club right there in Mount Sterling.
Chadwick your manager for a while, or?
I got Chadwick from behind the microphone to the ring. I was the first guy he ever managed.
Really?
Yeah.
So you was
right
the first. Tell us about that. Tell us more about that.
Well, we had been talking. Myself, Fargo, Chadwick, of course, was in on it. And
so he was originally an announcer.
Oh, he was the voice of Georgetown, Kentucky for Dale Mann. Not only Dale, but for Fargo when Fargo took it over. He was the voice of Georgetown in MWA, and we came up with a scenario one night. And I was like, look, I need a manager.
Yeah.
And there's
somebody to watch your back.
Nobody.
Carry your belts.
Not like you. Nobody is going to expect that Jim Chadwick comes from behind the microphone to the ring.
Yeah.
And so we did the shock factor with Jim, and he pretty much come up with the gentleman Jim Chadwick name. And
that made him a legend.
Dude, he's
a damn legend in this business. That made him a legend. You bringing him out behind there made him a legend.
I was the only guy that could crack him around the ring.
Really?
Oh, yeah, he'd break every time.
You make him laugh.
We did a thing one night. We was wrestling. I was wrestling Shane Parker, and it was me and Jim with Shane Parker and Sherry Martell.
Okay.
And Sherry slapped me, and then she grabbed Jim and slapped him, and Jim peed his pants. Legit, he pissed his pants. So it was hilarious. But oh man, Chadwick and I went and we tore up so many towns. It was unreal.
Yeah,
it was unreal the heat we got. People want to kill us.
Yeah,
I mean they wanted to kill us. That's all you could say.
Oh, he's a damn legend. You're a legend too, but he's legendary.
Yeah, I brought him out from behind the table. First guy that that he had that he managed was me.
Yeah.
So and we wrestled handsome Jimmy Valiant one night over in Nicholasville.
So what was it like wrestling Continental over there?
Continental Inn?
Yes.
Oh, it was cool as heck, man. I mean, you walk out in the big ballroom, you got flowers and bushes and trees and birds and all that nonsense. But I mean, it was cool. It drew.
Did Macho Man ever wrestle over there?
Oh yeah, they were ICW ran that prior to us even thinking about going there.
Okay, so they ran it first.
But Dirty Chris Hayes' dad, Ron Starr, ran somewhere back over because I wrestled for him there.
Yeah.
Myself, Rip Rogers, Handsome Jimmy.
Oh, probably was it the Howard Johnson or something?
No, this was
in Lexington. You're talking about?
Yeah, but it was over on. It wouldn't. What's the other school over? Tate's Creek.
Lafayette.
It wasn't Bryan Station.
Lafayette.
There was a strip mall back in there, and
Lexington Catholic.
No, this was like. If you come down Man of War and then go down through there, hang a left where that Ice Center place used to be. It was kind of back over in there because Big Al.
Might have been the Ice Center.
No,
This
was he rented this building in a strip mall and went in there and kind of just redid the whole thing.
Oh, over on Center Parkway.
And
Was it Center Parkway?
I don't
By
know.
Tates Creek Road. Tates Creek High School's in the back.
It was somewhere over in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, I remember it being over there. There's a police station there right now
Really.
in that same spot. Yeah.
We wrestled in that building and
Because somebody had opened a wrestling school maybe a few years after that place had actually closed, I think. They tried to have a wrestling school in there. I think I know what you're talking about. Tates Creek.
it was cool.
Center Parkway.
That was Ron Starr, who wrestled as Fazel Dean for ICW.
Okay.
That was Chris Hayes and Playboy Scott Hayes' dad.
So was Macho Man wrestling before you?
Yeah.
That was before.
Oh, yeah.
Did
See,
you ever?
Billy Martin was
Yeah.
the ICW Rookie of the Year for Poffo, for Savage and Angelo.
Did you ever meet those guys? Poffo and
Oh,
them?
Fargo told stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fargo told stories all the time.
Yeah.
Some I can't say here. But,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, you can if you don't, but you don't want to.
But I
Yeah.
mean, you're talking Doug Vines. Doug was, one of the Devil's Duo with Izzy Slapowitz and Jeff Sword for ICW. And then we turn around and we're all together in Georgetown. Savage at that time's up in WWE or WWF at the time.
So when he left, did ICW go down? That's when
they shut it when Savage and Angelo and Lanny, they showed up in Memphis. When they shut ICW down,
Yeah, because they was running without Memphis's agreement, right?
they were considered an outlaw promotion.
Yeah, yeah.
ICW was
Yeah.
here in Lexington.
Yeah. But they were wrestling down at Rupp Arena down there and stuff.
Oh, dude, they wrestled. The
Yeah.
Poffos ran more shows. They ran everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Ernie Couch's place down in Manchester down in there. And, all those old music halls up in the mountains, they ran all over, everywhere.
So
everywhere.
when Macho Man and them left, the
ICW folded. There
Yeah.
were 6, to my understanding, what Fargo told me, there were 6 guys that had put money up for ICW. Garvin, Savage, Angelo, Lanny, George Weingroff, and there was one other, and I can't remember who that was. It might have been Bob Orton Jr.
Okay.
But those guys put money up and started it and so on and so forth. And, man, it was wild. I mean, because we would, like when I was a kid, we'd watch Memphis at 12 o'clock noon on Saturday. 11:30 that night, we were watching Savage and Leaping Lanny and those guys. At night. So they were on 36, Channel 36.
Y'all had some good shit to watch.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I had a friend that worked over at 36, and he had actually found some of their old footage, and I think he still got it. I'm wanting him to give it to me. But
Joe Stassi, who runs the ICW page, they're looking for some of that old footage.
okay, I'll try to. He's got an ICW page on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, in the Kentucky Wrestling Memories page, Joe's on there some. So yeah, if he can find that.
Yeah, but I'll ask him. Jacob Ennis, which he's a independent movie guy, so he said he had some stuff. So.
Dude, when we were in Mount Sterling, probably the best young crew that was in the state at that time, because you had Ray the Bear, you had Big Al, you had Donnie and Bobby Green. Well, I'll say Donnie. I won't say Bobby.
He'll be watching, man. He'll talk shit to you. Bobby will.
Bobby was good. JR was there.
Yeah.
Golly, that Justin Idle.
Justin Idle.
Justin Idle.
Me, Al Steele, and Justin Idle were all in the same training class.
Yeah, I mean,
Tell us about that, man. Tell us about that.
Oh, it was wild. It was like he said. It was Big Bobby, Big Donnie Green, the older Greens.
The older
there.
ones.
They were there when I was training.
Did you get to wrestle in that wooden ring that they talk about?
That's the ring I trained in.
Yeah.
It was stiff and had holes
you.
in it everywhere.
Yeah.
I was there every weekend tearing it down and setting it up. For part of
No
my
wonder
training.
why you're as tough as you fucking are. That
It was
fucking
rough.
ring, man.
Yeah.
we honestly, that building over in Mount Sterling, we would pack it.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely, it would be packed.
Standing room.
There was a woman that came to every show. Big woman.
Yeah.
Pork chop.
Yeah.
Well, Chadwick and I, Jim and I, were out there one night, and so we were like, we got to nickname her. She's here every week. We got to give her a name. And so there were 2 of them. There was one that had boobs out to here.
Yeah.
Big woman. We nicknamed her Elsie.
Elsie.
And the other one was Pork Chop. And those names stuck with those 2 women From then on, every
Long
show,
time.
all the boys would call out on them.
Wow.
Every show.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's funny.
Now, there was another lady that came to all those shows too, named Ann. She was at all those shows too. A little blonde lady. She came for years and years over there.
How old was you when you started out there with those guys?
I was still in high school when I started.
Yeah.
I left my high school graduation to go to one of Danny Fargo's shows that night.
Yeah, you told us that, I
Yep.
think, when you were on the show.
Still in high school.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, dude, guys today.
Yeah.
This is the sad part.
Oh, yeah, tell us about guys today. I know you've been wanting to get on here and
Well,
talk
JR
about
can
these
tell
guys.
you. JR can tell you this. Stan can tell you this. They don't. Guys today don't understand
Yeah.
because now everybody's woke, right?
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
woke.
yeah.
No, I ain't
We
woke.
ain't woke
Piss
on here.
on woke. Look, when I go to a wrestling show, all right, if I'm good or if I'm bad, whichever way it goes, whatever door I come out,
Yeah.
I've got a job to do. That's
Yeah.
why I'm there. I'm not there to baby cake and patty cake and all. If I'm the good guy, I'm loving, hugging, squeezing. I find the biggest woman out there and love on her.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's how you get over.
Yeah.
These guys don't understand that today.
No.
If I'm the
They think
dirtiest,
it's all done in the ring.
no, exactly. They don't know how to work people.
Yeah. It's
All right,
And then when everybody says you got to learn the psychology of it, that's what you're talking about right now.
Andy, they can give me a microphone, and I'm like Jimmy Swaggart,
You
brother.
don't even have to have a match.
We pass the plate. I'm taking the offering up, but I've had them crying.
Yeah.
I've had the kids crying.
Yeah.
You know, when I've been out there just shooting an angle or whatever. Guys today don't get it. They don't understand it. They think I got to do 67 twirly herbs, slap my thigh, and go. 17 super kicks.
This guy's
No.
one of the best in it. All he has
Watch
to do
him.
is walk in the ring,
That's right.
and the way he
Watch
looks
him.
and talks to the freaking, like, it's magic. Like he just has a reaction like automatically out of him.
Hey, that guy.
You don't
on
have
the
to say
TV,
nothing.
The guy that right there on the TV, right
Yeah.
there in the black, Bobby Blade.
Yeah.
He was one of the guys that got it.
Yeah.
Dirty Chris Hayes got it.
He's still out there
Fargo.
doing it.
Fargo got it.
Yeah.
We were fortunate to learn under
Yeah.
that tree.
Where did that originate? That whole style originate in Memphis? Is that where it originated from? The whole microphone thing? Where did that originate from?
No, I mean everybody worked a mic.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's just.
you got guys, Andy. You
Yeah.
got guys that have charisma.
Yeah.
That can talk. Terry England said I could sell a rusty ship to a pirate that had
Yeah.
holes in it.
Yeah.
Some guys can talk.
Yeah.
Some guys have trouble talking.
And then you put a guy like Bobby Blade with him, and then you don't have no trouble no more.
Yeah,
You can get somebody like that over.
When Chadwick and I were together, we had trouble because we could both talk.
Yeah.
Fighting over the microphone.
We were fighting over it.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
But we played off so well. We played off each other. It was unreal.
Yeah.
When I would stop talking, he would pick right up where I left off. Same train of thought. When he would stop, I'd pick up on him.
It's very rare to find somebody that thinks on the same, like me and Johnny Lee. He's an asshole, but we think on the same wavelength. We really do. Like he like I'll be thinking something and I'll call John. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. And that's how we run the podcast. It's like the same kind of thing that we understand that too. I mean, we're not pro wrestlers or anything, but that's what we do for this is talk,
Yeah, and
we just try to come up with shit just randomly, It's like just come up with something. We don't have any scripts. We don't write anything. We just come in here and turn on these mics and just go at it.
Look, Stan, did you
Yeah.
have to change the wrestling business when you got in it?
No.
JR, did you have to change it?
Nope.
Why would you want to? It's a beautiful thing. That's what you looked at when you was on the TV, when you was watching the TV. You became a fan. That's what you liked.
Yeah.
I didn't turn on wrestling and like I turned on Ric Flair there in the mornings and Saturday morning, and I was like, this guy's talking. I didn't see none of the wrestling yet. This guy's talking, and he's like, "Ja, ja, ja, ja." And I'm like, what the hell is this? When I found wrestling, and then like, oh, they actually get in the ring and do stuff too. That was the bonus, but the talking was the best part.
That's how you get people into the buildings.
Yeah.
That's why we got on the microphone.
Yeah.
If we wasn't trying to get them in the building and put a butt in every seat, every 12 inches, then you wouldn't doing your job. That's why you do it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, guys do it because it's cool. They want to be called a wrestler.
They want to be tough. They want to be called a wrestler.
No, it ain't being tough.
They want to
Andy-
seem like they're tough.
There's a younger guy who sent me a promo to critique the other day.
Yeah.
And just what he's talking about. He did a really good promo, but he didn't put over who they're wrestling for, where they're going to be at, when the show is, or how to get there.
Did you let him know?
Cost. Yeah, I told him. I said, you got to let the people know where you're going to be if you're going to bring them in so they can see you having your match with the guy you're having your match with.
And the part of doing it is putting over all that stuff, not just putting over yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like he was talking about these guys today, they go out there, they go straight to the ring. They don't even acknowledge the people. The next guy comes out, they go straight to the ring. They have a match and no interaction. I did a run-in one night and had a crowd cuss me and cheer for me in the same breath
Yeah.
because I had worked the crowd prior to that run-in.
Yeah.
But these new guys, they just want to come out there and see each other, and as long as
this
they
guy,
have a good
this
match.
guy sitting next to me, when I've watched him, he's a genius. That's why I told him the last time I was like, I didn't think that I'd ever get you into in the podcast studio, because I was like, I believed that whole thing. Like, as soon as I seen him in the ring, it's like I believed the whole thing automatic, and I was just like,
He's a prick. How can
yeah,
you
he's
not
a
believe that?
yeah, but like he's
What do you mean?
he's one of the best that's in the fucking ring right now.
Yeah, but he's a
Yeah,
He's a prick.
Yeah,
Bottom line.
with the crowd is
That's
like
uncalled for.
amazing.
he knows he is.
You do see this, though. I mean, this is not like I'm making this up,
No,
right? I
I've
mean,
seen
this
it
guy
for
here's a
years
woman beater.
and years and years.
He's done trying to paint a picture of me
Is
being
it jealousy? Are you jealous
He's
of
the
Stan
guy.
because you can't
He
get
is
back
the
in the
guy.
ring anymore?
Are you serious,
Is that what it is?
Hey,
Andy?
I know you're beating the shit out of me right here.
we have been begging. We have been begging for him to step up to the plate.
Oh yeah, you think
he keeps ducking us?
will you ever
both.
get back in the ring?
Ducking us.
No, you done.
Can't.
Yeah, can't do it.
No, dude, I got a scar in my back that long.
Oh really? You had back surgery?
Yeah, I got a cage. I had to have fusion surgery.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How did that happen, and when did that happen?
It happened. I had the surgery one,
Okay.
but it was from 30 years of beating and banging in chairs,
And what did they do to you?
I had to go to Philadelphia and went to the top back surgeon in the country. He's a team doctor for the Sixers and the Eagles and the Philadelphia Flyers and all that good stuff.
So
And
screws and pins and all that stuff.
they put disc and titanium rods.
Oh, so
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
So you could get back in the ring because you're like a fucking bionic man.
No, I can't move.
Your
That's-
back is like a bionic man, but the rest of you can't catch
But
up.
hey, I'm still pretty.
Oh,
That's
you're
all that
beautiful.
matters.
You're beautiful.
I'm still pretty.
Yeah. I'm still a big fan,
Hey,
even though
Ray the Barricade,
even though you
hey.
talk shit about me on the.
Ray the Barricade
because I
hates
came-
me because he knows I'm a pretty man. He knows I'm pretty.
I wish those guys would have came over, man. Those guys are awesome.
Hey, there's no better guys than those. I'm
Oh,
telling you.
they're awesome, man.
Hey.
They're like, and I'm so proud that I can have B Money come and help us with the podcast. He just came over and he started helping us with the podcast. He's a freaking natural himself.
But
so.
hey, Big Al sucks. I'll just go.
Big
on
Al
record.
sucks.
Big Al sucks.
He's been in here once. Big Al
Has
said
he?
Had Chucky Smooth. You,
Chucky's cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did you wrestle for KCW over there when they was running that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my favorite because it was like right down the road. They were at the Armory, and I loved KCW. I had their shirt and everything.
I went to the Ice Center. Is that the big building?
The Ice Center, yeah, when they had it at the Ice Center for a while.
That's where I'd always go. I never went to the Armory over here by the airport. I always went to the Ice Center.
Yeah, they had a few at the Ice Center, and then the
Yeah.
Ice Center seems to always let pro wrestling come there, and then they do really good, and then they jack the price up for them.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do you do that? Why? Just like just let us have our wrestling. It's a great place to have wrestling. Every wrestling show I've ever seen there is packed. So I was like, I don't know. They always jack up the price after that.
I think that happened to Big Al too.
Oh, it did. It happened to Big Al. It happened to Tony Presley.
Well, Big Al had his ring stolen
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I remember when that
because
happened.
we were over there.
I remember when that happened.
Yeah,
He told me it was almost like WWE size ring.
it was an 18 or 20 foot ring.
Yeah, it was a great. Yeah,
Yeah. I just sold an 18 footer,
yeah.
and it's a nice.
I wish I had a place to put it one in Lexington. I would love to have a place like the arena that's up in Jeffersonville that everybody could just come and do a show whenever they wanted to, And if I owned it, I wouldn't even freaking care to charge anybody. I would just love wrestling to come,
And you know
So,
what
but maybe
happens?
the podcast will get that big at some point.
You know what happens when you have a building like the arena?
Yeah.
Everybody's coming and running shows.
What's that?
Nobody draws.
You'll have one promotion.
Yeah.
That
One promotion that
actually-
draws pretty good, and then the other ones don't. Yeah.
The rest of them just are like trying to eat off that show.
Yeah.
And you can't do that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I mean,
Groundhouse is the one that. Yeah, Groundhouse is huge up there.
Yeah.
Ronnie Roberts works for you, don't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie's doing fairs for us.
Oh yeah, he puts on. They put on a hell of a show up there. They really do. Groundhouse is incredible.
You have to have to, and here's another thing guys don't get. To run a show, you got to have somebody that understands people.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're not putting your show on for the people to come back and draw more people, if you're putting your show on to entertain me and Stan and JR in the back, you're not going to draw.
Or yourself, or to pitch yourself over.
It's not going to draw.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Guys will go into towns. They'll run them. They'll have a good show the first time. Second time they go back, they won't draw.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, why do you think?
Because they didn't give the people what they wanted to see, first of all.
Yeah.
The first night. It's a false house.
Yeah.
So when you go into town the first night, if it draws really big, it's a false house.
So if you was to come to bring USWF to Lexington, what would you do that night? What kind of show would you put on that night?
I wouldn't change a thing I do because I do it right.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
How would you attack?
People come to watch this show
Yeah.
because Terry England doesn't draw at Caverna 800,000-900,000 people.
That's a
because
fucking incredible show.
Dude.
That's an incredible show.
It's because you give the people what they want to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
you don't give it to them every night.
we don't change.
Yeah.
We don't change the wrestling business.
Yeah.
We give the people what they want to see.
Can I just say this? What
No,
he's
no,
trying
you
to
can say anything you
he's
want.
trying to say people come to see me and Stan beat the hell out of other people. That's what he really wants to say, but he don't want to say it.
Yeah.
But that's the truth.
Yeah,
I think they do come to see
that's exactly what they come for.
the champions beat up other people. Yeah. What do you think, Stan?
I agree.
Bring it to Lexington. Let's find a place up here to bring it to Lexington.
They've got a fair. Was it Lexington Fair?
Yeah,
Lions
I don't know.
Bluegrass.
Just man,
Bluegrass
if you
Fair.
don't,
There you go.
you'd have to book a horse. I think
No, they had.
if you book 2 horses to fight, I think everybody would show up.
Oh, dude, I wrestled up there before.
Yeah, yeah.
I was at the Bluegrass Fair.
Oh yeah, they used to have it there. And then
Fargo.
I think the
MWA
crowds
ran it.
the crowd got crazy or something. They stopped doing.
No, they brought in a crappy show and it didn't draw.
Yeah, they stopped doing. They used to have monster trucks and mud pools, and they'd have one night they'd have pro wrestling, and one night they'd have demolition derbies, and they don't do any of that in Lexington anymore.
Well, here's what's wrong with the business today. We don't have, like, when MWA was rolling in Georgetown,
Yeah.
you could bring a Bill Superstar Dundee in, right?
Yeah.
You could bring a Handsome Jimmy Valiant in. You could bring in Wolfie D.
Yeah.
You know, those guys. We don't have those guys now. You know, we built the Vic the Bruisers. We built Stan Sierra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stan has worked his way up.
Oh, yeah.
He's the top bad guy in Kentucky. There's nobody can hold a candle.
No,
to him.
nobody can. Yeah, no, you're a superstar.
But you got to know what to do with Stan when you get him on that show. You can't just stick him out there and put him in with, big money over here and think you're going to draw a big house off of it.
Yeah, you got to build something to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in Georgetown, we were fortunate enough to do that because we had, at that time, we had the most talented crew in this state of any show.
Yeah.
You had Wildcat Chris Harris, who went on to TNA. You had the Monster Abyss, Prince Justice.
He's up at the in.
He's a producer for WWE right now.
Okay. Okay.
You had Rob Williams, the Bomb. You had Corey Williams and Vic the Bruiser up there. Phenomenal together.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah, hot chocolate, Corey Williams. Bobby Blade, Rowdy Red, Doug Vines. I was talking to Blade. It's been several weeks back, and I told him, I said, I thought MWA lost a step when Doug left and Billy Marino left, but we brought in Abyss and we brought in Wildcat Chris Harris and we brought in Rob Williams and built the roster back up.
Yeah.
Had a kid named Ivory Nichols. Phenomenal.
So what's it like when you bring in, like, you have your whole, like, your crew and you have your champion like Stan, and then you bring in a star from outside, you bring them in. What's the idea there to just bring in like a new attraction, but you keep on doing the same thing that you're doing? You just add that to that show, right?
Right. But a lot of Mizark promoters will bring that star in.
You put him in the main event or something.
And he'll win their belt that night.
Yeah.
But the guys that are trying to draw money will bring that guy in, and he's going to face Stan Sierra.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Stan's got that belt on his shoulder.
Yeah.
The next night.
Yeah. Yeah, they come.
That's why they come. That's why you bring them in. You don't bring them in to put them over your guy.
And do you find that some of the superstars, they want that belt, or they just
want
do
a
whatever
payday?
you say?
No, do they want to get paid?
Yeah, they just want to get paid.
If they want to get paid, then they
understand.
They'll do what the promoter wants them to do.
Yeah.
You know, I've ran shows. I had a show one night at a fair. I had Tracy Smothers. I had Abyss. I had Wildcat Chris Harris, his partner James Storm. I had Wolfie D and Brian Lee, the New Church. Stacked. That card was stacked. Ray the Bear was on it. Big Al was on it. Justin Idol was on it. I think I had like 20 workers. Stars,
all stars.
But it was packed from top to bottom. The Patriot. Oh my God! Did I just make a Patriot reference? He was there. I mean, and it was God's honest truth. We ran that show on a Tuesday night, and it drew really well. I was supposed to have Lawler there.
Yeah.
But Lawler was in Buffalo, New York doing WWE. Got snowed in. He couldn't make that Tuesday because Monday Night Raw was on Monday, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So he's stuck in Buffalo. So I get Brian Christopher, Too Sexy, his son there.
His son, yeah.
So
Rest
he
in
filled
peace.
in.
Rest in peace.
And God's honest truth, we did a Saturday night show, and I had Donnie and Big Al and Ray the Bear and Justin, and the fans were beating on the ring, wanting more matches on the Saturday.
Where was that at? Where was that at?
Lincoln County Fair.
Okay. Yeah.
They wanted more off the Saturday night show than what I give them on Tuesday night with all those names. Bobby Blade was on that Saturday night show. I mean, it was just because those guys knew what they were doing.
Yeah. You didn't have to do much. You just
I went out in the main event and did my thing.
Yeah.
So
that's incredible. What do you guys do y'all watch the big league stuff now, like WWE, AEW, and what do you think about those shows?
I don't watch them.
You don't watch it?
Nah.
After I started working in the business, I stopped watching it.
Yeah. Stan, do you watch it any?
Very little.
Very little?
Very little.
Yeah, I was just wondering what y'all's take on like AEW would be. Because they seem to have a really big show, but it's like they don't have any storylines. Like it's just
the Orange Cassidy guy tries to kick me in the shin bone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clothesline him and take his head off his shoulders.
Yeah, yeah.
Why am I gonna stand there and let him kick me?
Yeah, that's a whole character that I just don't understand there.
But I mean, it's
and they put the belt on him forever.
If anybody gets in the ring with me and they're walking around with their hands in their pockets, I'm going to beat them to death.
Yeah.
And so would Stan.
Yeah.
It's like me and you talked here the last time we was here.
Yeah.
If we're sitting here, if we're watching AEW, and we're watching that, and even though we're all avid wrestling fans, and we can't make sense, if you can't make sense out of it, if it don't make sense, it ain't gonna make sense to the people either.
And it ain't gonna make any money.
It don't a lot of the time. And when Vince McMahon was running WWE, it didn't make any sense. And now that Triple H is running, it makes sense. Like it really does. Like AEW doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes. They seem like they're just recycling WWE superstars and their ideas, and it's just like I don't want to see WWE again. I want to see what you're doing over here at AEW. It's like if I go to Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, I don't want to see the same thing at USWF. I want to see a totally different show, and it's like, it's almost like a multiverse kind of thing.
Yeah, but the development center that they use, all right, it's the same. It's ran by the same people. It's the same structure. It's the same program. So you're not going to get anybody. You're not going to have Stan Sierras. You're not going to have Rated X's. You're not going to have Bobby Blades because that's our persona. They will dictate what you say, how you say it, when you say it.
Oh, the big shows. Yeah.
You can't get over like that.
You guys let them be more creative down on the.
You got to be yourself.
Yeah.
That's how Austin got over. He was himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he stated it many times, and
Vince McMahon got over because he was himself.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah,
that was a big piece of shit that he was.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
The guys that get over are the guys that are themselves. That's
You just jack it up to 100%.
Yeah, I mean,
you just turn the volume up and just like, let's do it. Yeah.
I mean, this show that right here, Crusher Bones. I mean, Crusher Bones was in Georgetown. He worked for me in McKinney at USWF, and phenomenal. I mean, he went to Memphis.
Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, he went to Memphis and did the loop in Memphis down there.
Yeah,
and
have you met his son?
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah. He came to Jessamine County last year.
Oh yeah, he's been in here a couple times. He's been on the show a couple times. Great guy.
That's the thing. We've lost so many guys, and it's just part of life. But you sometimes when you lose someone like a Fargo, you can't replace that.
Yeah. Who did you look up to the most when you was wrestling? Who did you look up to that was a wrestler or whatever? Did you look up to somebody or anybody that you kind of fanned out to?
Handsome Jimmy, brother. That was my man.
Oh, yeah?
I came rolling into Mempho, TWA, tell all the women, Handsome Jimmy's on his way. I mean, that was the deal.
Exactly. Stan, who'd you like? Who's a big influence in your wrestling career?
Hands down, I don't even have to hesitate. The Mongolian Stomper.
Okay.
All I ever want to do is just beat the shit out of people. I don't care where it's at, when it is. I just want to beat the shit out of people. And
just
that's
be
what the Stomper was.
Yeah, total badass.
That's what I like.
Well, what'd you?
The guy who influenced me the most when I was coming up, he gave me more shit than anybody and pushed me harder to do better, was Kicking Kelly Charles.
Yeah, we're supposed to have him on the show a few times, and he's canceled on us a couple times.
Hey, Kelly and Shane, those two kind of.
He did really MMA too at some point. Yeah.
They broke in kind of at the same time. Yeah. Man, they were both good. Both those guys were really good. And then Shane's brother, who is a Booty, who's a sheriff over in Mount Sterling. Booty was so strong he didn't know his strength. He'd hurt you. Yeah, Booty would hurt you.
Who do you look back for and you see a guy and you're like, that guy had so much potential, but he just quit or just
Ice Train.
That's exactly who I was gonna say. Ice Train.
I've heard that name before too.
Hey, straight shoot. Train was in the ring at one of my shows. We were down on the Kentucky River doing a promotional thing for somebody down there. And we were doing 3 MMA matches and 3 wrestling matches, right? And bikini contest, the whole shebang down there. And so I had Train wrestling somebody. I can't remember who it was. I was out watching it. But the kids were shooting BBs, those little colored BBs at him. He thought they were pills. He was picking them up trying to eat them. We're like, what the crap are you doing, dude?
Wow.
He said, I thought they were shooting pills at me.
That's crazy.
I'm like, what the crap?
Hey, B, you want to come in and sit down and you got any questions to ask him?
No, not really.
You've heard.
I've heard this guy say enough about Team Andy, talking about Stan's a cheater and whatnot. And I'm here to say, you don't want a part of Team Andy.
Really?
Team Andy's coming for you.
I say Team Candy is what I say. I don't say Andy. I say Team Candy.
You're lucky his table's holding me back right now. You wait, I'm going to get it
Hey, you know what they say? That apple don't fall far from that tree.
I'm going to sit right beside the stand.
See, this kid's clearly got some sense. Me and him hit it off last time I was up
Did
here.
you?
Yeah, we did. He realizes that we're speaking the truth. He knows I'm not a liar.
No, see,
I
that's
don't
what
come
you
up here and tell lies.
That's what you do today. You influence these people. See, you got that bandana, that do-rag on your head. Look over there. Look at him. Same thing.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good, just like a shirt.
Hell yeah,
It's a good looking shirt. What's the matter with you?
This is almost like Gucci or like Louis Vuitton or something. I feel like
Brother, that's
I feel
like flea
so
market
like classy
Fucci.
in this. I feel so classy.
You hear
in
me?
this.
That's like flea market Fucci. That ain't
You know what looks
Gucci.
even better? Look at this.
Oh my God!
Yeah, look at that.
Let's see. Put it right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The USWF title underneath the Stan Sierra name.
Oh,
that looks really good.
that's
You like
awesome.
that,
That
don't
looks
you?
really good.
That's a beautiful title. By
You
the
know
way.
who's going to have something to say about that?
That's all.
The headliner, Chris Michaels, is going to have a little something to say about that.
Psh, I
That's
don't
all
think
I'm
I've
gonna
ever
say.
seen that guy win a match. Has he ever won a match, Chris Michaels?
He was the USWF champion not 2 months ago. Just saying.
Oh, so he
all I'm
cheated.
gonna say.
He had to cheat. He had to have cheated.
Hey, another thing I want to plug real quick.
Okay, plug everything. You can.
The Kentucky Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. I just want to thank those guys that do that because there's a lot of.
We should have those guys on the show.
Dude, there's a lot of legends in there, and to be included in that group, I am.
Are you part of that group?
Yeah, I was stunned to be included in that, and then I wasn't so enthused, and Stan Sierra got in it somehow. He paid somebody. Did you pay him, Andy? You put any money up?
I'm waiting for
I've
my
always put
invitation.
money up.
Have you been? Are you in it?
No, I
Well,
keep getting snubbed.
Finally, justice has prevailed.
Yeah, I might have to punch Dale Bass.
Thank God.
You had to punch somebody.
But no, man, I've been fortunate to go in several Hall of Fames.
Yeah.
In the UCW Legacy of Respect. I've been in the MWA Hall of Fame. I was in the. It was the 40th year reunion for MWA, and myself, Danny Fargo, Dale Mann. Of course, Danny was gone by then, but his family was there to accept that award. Bobby Blade went in that night. Roger Ruffin went in that night.
Uh-huh.
And so I think Dale Bass went in that night.
Dale, yeah.
So-
I want to have him up here and talk, Dale Bass.
Dale's
Sometime.
over 40 years in the business.
Oh
and
yeah, I want to have him up here at some point.
The number one wrestling license in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah,
Yes.
you make sure we know that every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Every time we talk to him. Yeah, I'd love to have him in here. He probably has a ton of stories, right?
If you can get Dale,
I want to have Terry come in.
you need to get Dale to go back. You need to get Dale to talk about when he started, where he was at, his boxing, because he was an amateur Gold Glove boxer.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
And then got into the wrestling business, and worked for Dale May. He worked for I don't know how many big-time promotions. Fargo,
Yeah.
a little tidbit. I don't know if you know this or not, JR, but Fargo was in Puerto Rico. Did you know that?
I don't think so.
He didn't wrestle as he wrestled as Danny Greer a lot of places, but in Puerto Rico he was El Momito,
Okay.
the mummy. They wrapped him up.
Oh,
Yeah, he was the mummy of it. I saw him take a backdrop out of like a 12-foot tall ring out on the in one of those stadiums.
I want to ask you about Terry Smothers. His name comes up on this.
Tracy.
Tracy Smothers.
Yeah, Tracy.
His name comes up on this podcast more than anybody, I think. Just about every episode. What was your relationship with him like?
Awesome.
Yeah. Tell us about him.
Tracy helped more young guys in this business than anybody who ever reached his stature. You know, Tracy was in, of course, WWE.
Yeah.
WCW.
WCW has smoked. You know, him and his partner were the Young Pistols,
Yeah.
one of the Armstrong boys. Was in Memphis. Got his start in Memphis. Trained by the Fabulous Ones. Finished up by Tojo. Was in Smoky Mountain heavyweight champion.
ECW.
Yeah, FBI. Crazy fact. I wrestled for the ECW tag team titles one night in Georgetown, Kentucky.
Wow. Okay.
Tracy.
Y'all faced the FBI?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tracy had the belts, and man, see, that's the thing about Georgetown.
Yeah.
We were at a point at Georgetown, you didn't know, the fans didn't know who they were going to see because I was leading the charge for MWA, and we were feuding with ECW,
Really?
which was Tracy Smothers
Yeah, I heard- yeah.
and Sabu, and Andy Anderson was with them, and golly, I can't remember, Paul Diamond from
You think
Bad
it's because
Company.
where Georgetown was is kind of like in the center of the country? Is like
No, I don't think it was that. I just think they knew
that y'all had great wrestling.
Tracy. I brought Tracy to Kings Mountain where we were running that building down in my area,
Yeah.
and it was about probably the third to the last show that we ran in that building before we lost it. And Tracy had all my young trainees sitting around a table, kind of like this. And he said, guys, I want you. He said, now, I'm not saying this because X booked me. I'm not saying this because X is sitting here. But I wrestled in every independent company in this country.
Yeah.
He said, I never saw a guy as white hot as Rated X was in Georgetown, Kentucky. He said, he said, there was nobody to even come close to the way that I was over with the people.
Yeah.
Because I had the appeal. Like Fargo said, I appealed to everybody.
Yeah.
The key to that, Andy, is you go out in the crowd, you just find them and grab them and love them and hug them and pat on them and tell them, hey, thank you for coming to watch us tonight. Love y'all.
Yeah.
And brother, you build that relationship. I would wrestle good for 6 months, and then I would be a bad guy for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I would sell out of T-shirts. And when I turned bad, they'd rip them up, tear them up, cuss me, and tell me how low down I was.
Yeah.
6 months later, I'd resell everything.
Resell some more T-shirts.
I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just the cycle that we ran in Georgetown, and it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I mean, guys don't understand. I tried to, relate stories and just tell people how hot Georgetown was, because it was on fire. We were on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Blade gave me one of the best compliments. He said, Rated X was the Hulk Hogan of Kentucky.
Wow. That's a big compliment.
Well, the thing is like when Fargo advertised, he would always put us on that poster, and he would go out and put out 300-400 posters. People knew who we were.
Yeah.
They knew when we were coming to town. We went to Owensville one night and drew like 800 people there on an off spot show. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, but people knew us from Georgetown.
Yeah.
No, you didn't have the internet. You didn't have, YouTube. You didn't have any of that.
That's what I was, somebody was telling me that people don't go out and,
Facebook flyers.
Amazing Maria was telling me that. She's like, nobody goes out and papers the city anymore. That's what they need to do.
Kyle Maggard does.
Yeah.
I was in Hazard.
Terry still does it.
Oh, Terry goes overboard.
Yeah.
When I was running in Irvin in 2014, we'd go to the festivals. We handed out 200 flyers at the Mushroom Festival one day for a show. You got to do that. If you're
Yeah,
involved.
you got to. Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, I couldn't have picked anything else to do and had this much fun.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, because we had a blast. I mean, I've had a blast, and I've got to know some of the best guys.
Yeah. So you're still training. I actually got to see you training some guys, like last week was down to Appalachian. Who are you most impressed with that you trained?
Probably Superstar.
Yeah.
Mass Superstar. Because for a guy his size to do what he can do.
Yeah.
And he didn't used to be 350. He was I think his heaviest for me was like 270. But yeah, he's good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but I had several. I had a little manager, Adam Marks. Phenomenal. Wild Thing, Dustin P. Dustin was good. If he would have listened a little more, he would have been even better. But
yeah,
he had it figured out way before I did. So, but no, man. I mean, we've I've been lucky to be able to share with people. Some people don't want to hear what you got to tell them.
That's for sure.
yeah.
So.
Why do you think that is? They know what you've done.
Because Mama's coddled them all.
You think that's what it
they
is?
ain't knocked them off that tit quick enough.
Yeah.
That's what it amounts to.
Yeah.
They've been
They need to
babied.
learn respect.
Yeah, you gotta be humbled. This business will humble you.
That's what I think. That's what these kids nowadays are lacking too. Is like somebody yelling at them. My dad freaking yelled at me like all the damn time. I thought he was going to kill me. He was in the Vietnam War and he'd been over there for 3 or 4 years, and I thought this guy was. I'm not doing anything wrong. This guy's going to freaking murder me, I think. And then I got to the point where I got 18, 19 years old, and I was like, nah, I don't think he's going to murder me. And then he'd do something, and I was like, this guy's really going to murder me. He had my, he was a mechanic, and he had my car up on the lift one time, and it was, he had seen that I'd been scratching off my tire, and he slapped that tire. What are you doing? I was like, this guy's going to kill me. So, but that's what I think everybody needs is like somebody yelling at them every once in a while. Like, don't be so soft. And, you know, I yelled at my son the other day for something, and because his grades were bad. My wife's like, I was like, what? Like, if you can't take somebody yelling at you now, or your dad, because you know I love you. If you can't take somebody yelling at you right now, like, you think this whole world's going to yell at you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you gotta have somebody teach you how to be a little hard in this world, because if you're not going to be a little hard in this world, or even a lot of hard, the whole world is going to freaking beat you up.
That's the problem. Promoters don't want to do that now. They get a guy come in and pays, gives him 2 weeks of training, and you're ready to start wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where me and you come in.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's where
Well, you know,
come in
this
and
guy
line
comes
that
in. He
down.
comes in. We're doing a little work in here. He comes in, and he right to my fucking face tells me how we're going to do it, and this is how we're going to do it. And then we worked it out, and you know, I respect that, because I said something back to him, and he said something to me, and we were just like, we agreed to it. Like, a lot of people were just like, cry or whimper or something like that. You just can't. You got to be tough in this freaking world. You can't.
Well, the thing we've lost in the wrestling business is we've lost our policemen.
Yeah.
There's no police anymore.
In life in general is what I'm thinking. It's like in life in general that everybody's being too soft and too weak on people.
Well, here the boys will know what I'm talking about when I say this. But depending on what door you come out of, you got a job to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you don't do that job, then why are you there? If you come out the door, Stan and JR come out, and you don't piss somebody off somewhere, you're not doing your job. If they're not cussing you,
it's the same of life. You know, wrestling's a metaphor for real life. You have sometimes you got to be a good guy and suck up to the person you need to, but sometimes you got to go into your boss and be like, dude, I'm not taking this shit no more. I'm not taking this no more. You got to stand up for yourself, and that's what I think the bad guys are teaching. And the good guys are teaching you gotta stand up for yourself in this whole world, because the
young guys want to be bad guys, but they don't want to get booed. They want to still be superstars. And the difference is, me and Stan, we don't give a damn if we get booed or not.
Yeah,
we go out there, we're gonna beat the hell out of somebody.
That's true heel.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, that's where it needs to get back to. I think if guys will start thinking about how it drew and what was done before them, and not try to change it to suit their need and make them feel all fluffy and warm.
Yeah, a lot of it's catered to the individual anymore, and not the whole promotion.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You got to put the promotion over first, and then do what you got to do.
Yeah, I mean,
too many trying to be baby faces rather than being
too many people trying to have matches for themselves instead of for the people.
Yeah. You got to tell the stories too. You got to make it, like Stan said, you got to make it make sense.
Yeah.
It's got to be logical. Make sense of it.
Listen, if you don't stand your ground.
Yeah.
From promoters to the boys in the back to whoever, they smell that, they sense that.
Life in general, right?
They know that you're weak, and they'll walk all over you. I mean, you've got to sometimes go to extremes to make what you want come to pass.
Yeah, that's a whole thing for life in general. You can't let anybody walk over you. Like you
got to earn respect. You don't give respect out just to give it out. You got to earn that.
Exactly.
I may not like what Stan and JR do, but I respect them.
Yeah.
Because I've been in their shoes. I know what they do. I know how they do it, and I respect that fact of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that don't mean that I'm not going to try to put every obstacle in Stan's way I can not throw at him, because I am.
Yeah.
But
and he's going to try to figure out how to get around every obstacle that you throw in front of him.
Exactly.
Too. That's just his job. That's both of these guys' job. That's what that's even what the good guy's job is, to go around everything that the bad guy's going to do to you and come up with a win if you can, I guess.
Can I use this platform right now to make a big announcement for the fair tour?
You can say anything you want, Stan.
I have got a very big announcement, and I said this on your show the last time I was here.
Okay.
And I'm going to look this man right in the face and say, expect the unexpected. Don't be a damn fool like Marty Clay and Kyle Maggard and think that these are empty words. I told them, expect the unexpected. And what happened? Kyle Maggard hit Marty Clay right in the face with a chair. Nobody, not you, nobody in this state expected that to happen. So I'm telling you, on this fair tour, expect the unexpected.
I didn't even expect that.
So is that like, are you making a threat? Is that at me?
That is a promise. All these obstacles that you say you're going to put in front of me, I can promise you, expect the unexpected. You're not even going to have time to put obstacles in front of me.
Okay. I'm glad you think that way. He can't outsmart me. Andy, come on now.
This guy's got a lot of, we need to have a plan. I'm sure you got a plan.
What do you mean? He ain't got a
you
mouse
need
in
to have
his
a plan,
pocket. What's wrong with
Stan.
you? We.
Listen, this is getting bigger right now already. We've got 4 minds thinking alike right here.
Exactly.
4 minds.
Exactly.
Y'all couldn't even spend $3 in food stamps if I give them to you. About the 4 of y'all. What are you talking about?
I love food stamps.
Jesus Christ.
I love food stamps.
Listen, I want to plug something real quick too.
Plug it up.
I've
Plug it
got
all.
to. I've
Yeah,
got
plug
to.
it all. Plug it
Because
in.
I was watching the show yesterday with Maria and Maximo,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't get to watch all of it. I'm gonna finish it up whenever I get back home. But Kyle Maggard, if you are listening, I absolutely 100% say book Maximo.
Oh, yes.
Maximo, and I don't care a bit to say this, is hands down my very favorite OVW wrestler. Out of everybody on that show, I love Maximo. I don't care who he wrestles.
Yeah.
I'm entertained.
I am entertained by him, too. He sat over there in that seat, and I hadn't got the chance to talk to him very much, but he blew me the frick away with all his stories and how long he's been in this business and stuff. I didn't even know that about him. I think Maria overshadows him a little bit, but he's definitely a superstar by himself.
Book Maximo. You won't be disappointed. I promise you that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Maximo he's excellent.
Yeah.
He's going to be at Carroll County for his first night out.
Yeah, I think he told us that. Yeah.
So let me run this schedule down. real quick. June 3rd, Taylor County. June 3rd, Carroll County. June the 5th, Russell County, Kentucky. June the 5th, Salina, Tennessee. That's where you're going to get smoked.
Yeah, I'm going to beat up Johnny's ass that day.
That next week, we're going to be at Ball
You're not
County,
gonna be
like
there,
I
are you?
said, 4 nights. Then Greene County on the 14th. Then we go to Metcalf. Come back to Lincoln County for 2 nights, Friday and Saturday night. Then we go to Marion County, Lebanon, Kentucky. Then we're down at Barron County, down there by Glasgow. And then Western Kentucky State Fair over at Hoptown. That's the big show probably. Barron County is always really good turnout-wise. Western Kentucky State Fair, Lincoln County packs most of the time both nights. Then we're going to Hart County. We got 3 nights in Hardin County. In the middle of that, we'll be over here at Nicholasville at Jessamine County. But
Okay, cool.
that first night at Hardin County, Jimmy, the Mouth of the South Hart,
Oh, no way.
will be right there at Hardin County Fair.
Wow.
Then we go to Pulaski County. Then we go way out west to Marshall County. And then we start doing festivals. We got the Garrett County Rural Heritage Festival, the Old Tobacco Festival there at Garrett County. We got 2 nights of that. And then in October, we always do the Bittersweet Festival down in Mount Vernon. So
oh, wow. Okay.
all that stuff's coming up this summer. And
Heck yeah. Who's going to be on that show that I'm on June the 5th? I mean, I'm main eventing that, and I'm a superstar, yeah. And B Money's going to be there with me. But who else is going to be on there?
Aren't you opening that show?
Who needs?
Ain't you in the opening match?
Am I?
That's
I thought I was in the
assault.
main event.
No, you opening up. That's all I'm going to say.
I thought I was the main event
No.
star in that.
No, Superfly.
Everybody's
hey,
going to leave after I win.
Hold up. Do you not see how Superfly comes out and reps all that shiny, glittery, all that good
Where
stuff?
do you think he got that stuff from?
Where do you think you're going to get that
Vending
forehead
machine,
from
I imagine.
when he smokes you?
Me, I got this.
Oh,
this
you ain't got
elbow, man.
Oh, you going to do Dusty on him?
I got this elbow.
Huh?
I got this podcast elbows coming down on his head.
Yeah, but Johnny Lee, he's the bull of the woods, you understand?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Well,
So,
I-
Have you not
who's gonna
not
be on that
seen
show
what's
with me?
been
Who-
happening to
I-
Johnny Lee?
I
I
have.
knocked him out cold. He's still sleeping.
But see, y'all.
Andy threw him into a van a couple of weeks ago, and he's still hurt.
Yeah, but
He
y'all,
threw his face into. No, allegedly.
y'all
No,
three. and
that was
four-
allegedly.
Y'all 3 and 4
Allegedly.
guys on him. What do you expect?
I'm still got to go to court over this.
Terry England's going to have this. I've already talked to him. It's lying down the middle.
Oh,
No
yeah.
shenanigans. Nothing's going to happen.
I like Terry because Terry
know
likes
who's-
them dollar bills.
You know who's going to be in his, maybe be in his corner?
Who's that?
Joe Monroe might be down there. Just saying.
Oh wow. Okay,
What do
good.
you
I
got
get
to
to
say
beat
about
up
that?
two. I get to beat up two podcast dummies.
Twofer.
Well,
Yeah. And then I got my referee over there, Sean Johns. You like that chain I got you, John? Sean? Yeah. See, I got a
what kind of change you get him?
show him the chain I got you.
It's right there in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you
You got him in freak fat.
come
goat.
on, man! All them flea market,
yeah,
market
fat-
bling. Are you kidding me?
That's
Look at
white gold, man.
what.
It's white
That's white.
gold. Look, he's got his own little championship
Yeah,
belt on.
and a belt. And a belt.
Yeah.
Everybody up here's got a belt. That's all I'm gonna say.
Everybody's got a belt. Yeah, we're
Where's your?
we're all champions here.
Who's your champion now? Who's the?
Icon Lee. We just went to Michigan and had a big old match up there. Icon Lee is
Did he defend it up there?
oh yeah, he always defends the belt. Yeah, he always wins it and defends it. And he actually there was a fluke that Adrian beat him down there at Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, but the next day we went down to Richmond down there and he won the championship back the next day. But we try to help out the poor like Adrian, so we gave him the belt for the night and so he can promote it down there at his EWA show. So
I gave John $1.
you gave John $1.
gave him
I bet he
$1.
appreciated that.
He really did. He was hurting. I heard earlier he was sleeping
You're
in
awesome.
a dumpster.
Good job, man. Good job. Giving to the poor is awesome.
I'm
But you
such
took
a-
it right back, though,
we're-
didn't
we're
you?
such great people. This team right here.
Yeah.
We're just. I don't know what to call us like, but we're just amazing people.
Character builders, community outreach.
That's
I
right.
mean, what more do you need?
Exactly.
We're shaping
Teaching the
youth of
young,
America.
teaching the young kids how to
Look,
act.
y'all like Joe Biden. Y'all get everybody on food stamps and welfare and think you're doing good.
Oh, I love food
No,
stamps.
that ain't happening. Get that out of work. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You a Biden man? You look like a Biden man.
Oh no,
Are you
no,
serious?
no,
You better
no.
believe
You ain't-
me and Stan are putting in work and we're in the ring. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Is that
work,
right?
We work hard when we're all in the.
Look, you done
Close
tried
to
to
the ring.
retire, crying, carrying on. I don't
My
want to hear it.
back's been hurting from carrying your shows all these years. What do you
Is that
expect
what it
me
is?
to do?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
bet
got
his. I
titanium.
bet his back is
Yeah.
really hurting.
That's why I got titanium, just so you know.
I'm probably headed down
That was
that
for
road,
Bobby
too.
Blade, though. I packed Bobby Blade all over his steak. That's a. Hey, let me mention another guy.
Yeah.
Aftershock, Jeff Vickers.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
Oh,
passed
yeah.
away, right? Too.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Jeff.
Rest in peace, Jeff.
Yeah, man. Myself and Bobby Blade and Jeff. We had a ball. We worked Evansville.
I don't think he gets talked about enough.
No, he doesn't.
My first match was against him and Jed.
Was it?
Yeah.
Jeff was cool, man. He was a good dude.
Yeah.
Good guy. So, but we went up to Evansville and worked the Coliseum up there. Did TV tapings up there for the War Machines were running up there. And golly, those were big guys. But anyway, I don't know how many matches we worked, but Jeff and I were a team up there. And we had a good time. Jeff's a cool guy.
How did he pass away?
Just had some ailments, some medical stuff going on, and
Yeah.
had really bad diabetes.
Really? Was he older than you, or
No, I
about the
think
same?
I was older than him, honestly.
Yeah.
But about the same age, probably. But
Yeah.
just a good guy, man. Jeff was a good guy. You can't mention like all them
Oh,
old
yeah.
MWA guys.
I just don't. His name doesn't. His name doesn't come up as much as it should.
Well, he had changed gimmicks and stuff. He was cousin Jeff Rowe.
Yeah.
was over
Big
on
time
fire
over
with that one. Then went to Chic Aftershock, and then I don't know if he did something else or
I
not,
don't
but
think so. I think he just did Aftershock.
Aftershock. Yeah, Jeff was something, man. He was cool.
Yeah.
He was cool. Jeff was a good guy. So miss him. I think about Jeff all the time. Think about Fargo all the time. You know, when you guys have an influence on you, you can't help but think, you know. Yeah. And so it was, you know, good guys, man. Really good guys.
That was always Uncle Sheik to me.
Sheiky.
And,
yeah.
So he is the reason. So he's such a great guy that one day he came to our house dressed up as Santa Claus. So I somehow figured out Santa was fake because I could tell it was him. But yeah, he came to our house when we was real young. I can't really remember it, but I remember seeing him and be like, that ain't Santa Claus. But it was him, and looking back on it, it was a great deed that he did for us as a kid.
That was Jeff. Jeff had a huge heart, man.
Yeah. Huge
heart. He was just, I mean, he was a good guy. I mean, just cool as could be. We had a ball, man. We would, back in the day, I had a old van. It wasn't an old van, brand new van, but we'd load up in that thing and go. And then Jeff bought a van, and we'd load up with him and go. And man, we went, you know, all over. I remember going. Now, check this out. We went down. We had shows down in Hazard and Harlan, and we go to Hazard, and we're traveling with Deputy Dog, right? Black guy.
Yeah.
So we go to this little restaurant in Hazard. Dude, they wouldn't wait on us.
Really?
Would not wait on us because Dog.
Yeah.
And I was getting ticked. And I said, Dog, I'm getting ready to say, no, Jimmy, don't say nothing. He said, don't say a thing. And I finally looked around. I said, are y'all going to wait on us? Because, you know, this ain't right.
Yeah.
So they finally come over and wait on, take our order and drink order and all that kind of stuff. But, man.
That's crazy, ain't
dude,
it?
Just some of the stuff we dealt with. But I remember setting up doing a meet and greet at a Kmart down there. Me and Boogie, Handsome Jimmy, and Todd Morton and Rick Gibson. And we were, of course, promoting the show that night.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Man, we met tons of people and, you know, had a good crowd that night. I had a knife drawn on me down in Hazard one night.
Yeah.
That looks like
that's Jeffro right there.
That's crazy.
That's Jeffro there.
What did you ever like? Did that happen a lot, or did you?
Oh, dude! When I was working, you know, coming out the bad guy door.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, I'd get more heat. I mean,
and people would.
Dude,
yeah.
I told this dude, cute little old wife sitting with him, and they had 3 little kids, all of them blonde hair, stair step.
Yeah.
And I stopped in front of him, and I said, I see what you're looking at, boy. I said, how's my old lady and my kids doing? And he goes out to the car and brings a knife back in, and he's like, I'm going to kill it, you know.
Do you guys get that now? Do y'all get that now, or is that something that was happening in the past? Is that happening to you guys now?
I've had people throw stuff at me, throw bottles, cuss me, but no knives. I think society's
changed a little bit.
More chicken. Because I've been at the rail, like tearing the guardrail open, daring the guys to come across, and they don't want to do that these days.
No, yeah.
We had them jump in the ring with us.
Back in the day, they would do that, but nowadays they won't come across the
Is that just because there was tougher guys now, and then now they're just all not as tough anymore? You think that's what it is?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Because, I mean, heck.
Yeah, they were doing. I heard a lot of guys from your era say that, like Bobby Blade and Scott Diamond and all them. They say that they riots and.
Oh, that's 2 guys that get beat up quick if they was in that deal.
Mount Sterling,
Blade, Scott.
And Mount Sterling, the crowd was so rowdy. The security guard was made out of 2x4s built into the wall to keep the crowd out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, when we got on Pork Chop, she was coming. It didn't matter.
She's gonna whoop your ass.
I mean, she was. I mean,
what would you have done? Like you just have punched her or something?
No, I'd have poked her in the eye.
Yep.
I took her eye out. No, but man, we had they followed me down 75 one night with ball bats out the window chasing me.
Wow.
Down 75. It was crazy.
That's nuts. That's nuts. They take that stuff serious, right?
Oh, dude.
Is this Jeff Vickers right here?
Yep, it's Jeff Rowe. He's wrestling Outlaw West, Dale Peterson. Dale was trained by Dale Mann. And so, yeah, I don't know where this was at, but they got a heck of a crowd.
When you're in the ring now teaching these guys, I guess you're teaching the same way that you got taught, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the way I train. Teach them the same way I was taught.
Yeah, you train too.
Occasionally,
Yeah.
when I'm allowed, everybody's afraid I'll beat their trainees up.
Is that right? Yeah, because
I'm too rough
you're
on
pretty
them.
intense in the friggin' ring. Like anytime I ever see you like run out, like sometimes I'm surprised, but you'll be in a lot of over the top rope battle royals. And
when it was the Easter Bunny.
man, yeah, the Easter when you came out the Easter Bunny that one time, that was funny down there. You just come out with the intensity, man. You just get in there. And blah, 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 blah.
Well, these guys can tell you they've seen it.
Yeah.
You got guys training now that they don't train fundamentals. They don't know how.
Yeah.
And so we see people in the ring.
So what's the fundamentals? What do you think? Like, do you have a little set of fundamentals that like?
Yeah, there's a certain way you train people.
Yeah.
We're not in Mexico,
Just the
Yeah.
basics.
so we don't work on the right side.
Yeah.
But the thing is guys don't understand, and they don't teach fundamentals now.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this. We were watching a match from a promotion, local here,
Yeah.
and they couldn't even reverse stuff.
Yeah.
It's because they never been shown. They didn't know. It's not the person in the ring's fault.
Yeah.
It's the trainer's fault. So if you got people that's training that don't know how to train, why?
Yeah. They've never really been trained
Why?
themselves.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I get in the ring with half these young guys. I give them the old Iggy. They don't even know what I'm doing.
No.
I'm just like, oh, all right.
What's the Iggy?
I can't tell you that.
No, kayfabe.
Okay.
We still kayfabe.
Oh yeah. No, I love it. I love it.
That's just.
Yeah, I think everybody should.
You ever
I
hear?
think it
You ever have anybody in here speak Carney to you?
Nuh-uh.
Kizabe Fizabe,
Nuh-uh.
Mizark,
No. That's
Mizark.
new. That's new to me.
Kiss on, dude. Come on now. Nizzo Wizarker.
I don't know what you're saying. I have no idea.
Nobody speaks.
You know what
Carney
he's saying,
anymore.
Stan?
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me.
It's a language that we used to use back in the day.
Yeah, so nobody would know.
Yeah, all the boys knew it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
most of the boys knew it.
Yeah.
None of them know it now.
No, nobody knows it now.
So
Nobody
when do you
teaches.
think it? When do you think it changed, or did the old? You think the old crew failed the new crew, or they just came out and just started doing their own thing? Like when do you think it changed?
New crew.
I mean, so I know Stan still does it.
When we lost,
the whole,
when we lost the
old way, but-
Fargos and the Dale Mans
Yeah,
and that generation of guys, I think
but they taught a generation, so those guys aren't teaching no more.
they taught us, and we tried to teach.
all
Like
these young guys come in entitled. Like I know what I'm doing.
I
the-
can't.
Put
Yeah.
me in the ring.
It's the
Where's
baby
my
and
cha-
everything.
where's
No,
my
I can't teach a
championship?
guy that knows everything already.
Yeah.
I can't teach somebody that knows the business, knows more than me, and I've been in it 30 years.
Is that because they've been just watching wrestling and they think they are a wrestler now? They just
Yes.
watched it so much they think they are a wrestler.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pretty
they
much.
They already think they're a wrestler when they get in the ring
Pretty
to
much.
wrestle. Yeah,
Disrespectful.
I'm telling you, I have this match and I have no idea what the hell I'm going to do.
You're going to get smoked. I done told you what's going on.
Well, I don't think Johnny knows what he's going to do either, so we're going to be like a bunch of two goofs up in there probably.
Well, when it all boils down and you start crying, just remember Johnny
Oh,
Lee-
I'm gonna cry, probably.
Johnny Lee going to be biting that leg or
no,
something.
he's going to
gnawing
cry
on you
more
like a
than
pork
I am.
chop.
He's going to cry more than me.
No, Johnny Lizzie.
I got the elbow,
What do you think,
the
Stan?
podcast elbow.
From now, 10 years ago, the guys, it's different. Working guys, right?
Oh yeah, a lot different. That's we was talking one day, back when I first come in, you had to. It wasn't like it is now. You had to have an actual veteran that would come to the promoter
Co-sign for you.
and say, and
Yeah.
you went on this guy's credibility. So I mean, guys wouldn't just back anybody.
Yeah.
You had to know your shit,
Yeah.
or if you didn't, they're not going to stick their neck out for you because they didn't want to be made to look like chumps. Kind of what I was saying last time we was here.
Yeah.
If their name's involved in it, they don't want to be, hey, I'm the guy that brought that damn idiot Stan Sierra in here and he didn't know shit and screwed everything up.
Exactly.
They don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
So you had to pass their test to be able to do it, where now they've made it so easy that you can just sign a piece of paper, send it in, and
So when do you, why do you think that happened? Like did people stop co-signing for each other, or people just stopped wanting to train right? Or
Promoters just want the money.
No,
don't care.
I think the state of Kentucky they'll give you a license.
Yeah.
You've never been trained. Anybody can.
but
it doesn't matter.
I
Andy.
think that's okay because
No,
like,
it's not okay. It's not okay.
Yeah.
You need to be trained before
Oh
you get
yeah,
a license.
you need to be trained. But some
That's what happened.
40, what is there? 50 states. Like 45 of the other states don't have a license.
No.
Yeah.
Go
So
to Tennessee. It's
no
it's
license
like the
in
Wild
Tennessee.
Wild West down there.
I don't think there's one in Indiana either.
That's how you're getting in the ring because there is no commission.
Yeah, I mean, up in Indiana, like
honestly,
those guys that up in Indiana there that I've seen wrestle up there, they just let anybody get in the ring. It's like, I don't think some of these guys have been trained. Like,
no,
Yeah.
and that's.
but you see more guys that you think in Kentucky wrestling, and I'm not trying to shit on Indiana wrestling or anything, but you see guys that are wrestling for Appalachian and UCW and you that actually look like they've been trained.
It's because we
Yeah.
we understand the business.
Yeah.
You know, myself and Kyle Maggard and Terry England and Brandon Wilson, we understand what wrestling is. We know how to promote it. We know what guys can work and what guys can't.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't put my next door neighbor in the ring just because he's a good old boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stan's right though. Like I could go to Fargo and say, hey, you need to look at this dude and bring him in and check him out. And that was that.
Yeah, just like what
That was it.
Stan did for Maximo. He's just like,
And
yeah,
that's
that
how it
guy's
still
great.
works with us older guys. We'll be like, hey, look at so and so. You might want to think about bringing him in.
Yeah.
He can work. Or
Yeah.
somebody will call, but can this guy work? Be like, no, stay
No.
away from that dude.
Yeah, Gizoof.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of gear zoofs in our business today.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Yeah. Goof. I'm a fast learner. I'm catching on.
Bizabi Blizzade is a Gizoof.
To get a
Bobby Blade is a gizoo.
to get a visual on it, since we're watching this video here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this video right here.
Look at the crowd.
Look at this crowd. If you're looking at this, and then you go to another one, and they're in a building, and there's 35 people yet there, but yet they're telling Andy that this promotion is the top-notch promotion, the best promotion, blah, blah, blah. You see them both visually side by side. Who do you think knows what they're doing more?
Oh yeah.
These guys are guys that says they're the best, but's got 30 people sitting in the crowd.
Oh, so I'd been going, like when I got into this podcasting thing, I'd been going to these other shows that were local around here. And then we went down to Caverna down there. The first time I really met you, I've seen you wrestle in the ring and everything. And then I got down there and met you, and you were the sweetest old grandpa guy that I've ever met at that point. And I'm not trying to talk to you bad, but then you brung us in, and then you came over to the podcast and you turned rated.
I turned Rated X on, brother, just like it's clockwork. You know what I'm saying?
I loved it because it was like you. I was like, oh yeah, I knew you was Rated X, but I was like,
Hey, Bobby Blade tries to copy me on my voice.
Uh-huh.
Never happened. Blade, stop
No, you have
stealing my stuff.
that's awesome. That's
Quit it.
the Rated X voice is awesome.
Hey, we're all trying to steal that voice.
Yeah, but when I
Same,
came
you
down
know?
to Caverna and I seen that show and how packed that show was and how the crowd reacted, like that doesn't happen around any other places. Like the closest thing I've seen to that was, you know, Appalachian. They do the same thing. You know, UCW when I went down there. Grindhouse is the only thing up north that I've seen that's been that like that.
But here's the way you can tell if a promotion is fly by night
Yeah.
or if they've actually established themselves is they will run a town, okay?
Yeah.
And they'll be in that town, say 3 or 4 shows, 5 shows, whatever. Then they have to go to another town.
Uh-huh.
And the reason being is because their show sucks so bad that they can't draw in that town. So then they jump to a next town. And we call that town killers in the wrestling business. That's what that is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because then I was like, oh, those shows are so shitty. We're not going to give another.
Yeah,
wrestling
another promotion
or-
tries to go in and run it. You
Yeah.
can't draw because,
Maybe that's what happened in Lexington.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you can't hot shot anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of guys like to hot shot their
That's all
shows.
they do is hot shot.
Yeah, everything's a
Show
hot
after
shot
show.
right now.
Do you think that you can run every week now on?
No doubt.
You can
Yes.
run every
If
week.
you have the right talent, you can definitely run. every
I
and
don't have
pack
any,
the shows.
It wasn't too long ago. We were running every week in Georgetown.
Yeah.
Just a few years ago, every Sunday we'd run in Georgetown.
Yeah.
Jim Chaddock was doing the booking. We had over 100 people every Sunday. Stan
Yeah.
was there. He knows.
Well, that's probably about 10 years ago. If Chadwick was booking, it's got to be 10 or over. He's been gone for a while. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had, well, I mean, Man,
In the 2020s, I'm thinking.
the three of us have been fortunate.
Yeah.
We really have. We've been
Yeah.
fortunate enough to work for promoters and work for guys that knew how to do shows, that put on shows. We've been on cards where the guy that we were in the ring with was as good as we were, if not better.
So what are you doing now to make sure that gets moved on to the next generation, that we don't get lost? Like USWF, UCW, Appalachian doesn't get lost, because we need these promotions. Because after you guys, is there anybody that's going to take up and run shows?
If they will listen,
Yeah.
if they will just listen
Yeah.
and learn, instead of telling me, oh, I already know. I know. Your size of your crowd tells me you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're not drawing consistently, if you can't, I mean, dude, Georgetown was 400 or 500 every Sunday night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every Sunday night, packed. And when we brought a name in like a Dundee, it jumped to sometimes 800-900.
Yeah.
I mean, they were sitting on.
Oh, I know. I remember going to those
Dude.
shows when I was a kid.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
And
bring.
I have that feeling when I go to you guys' shows, especially Appalachian. When I go down there, I have that whole MWA feeling.
That's what my show is based on.
Yeah.
McKinney was based on Georgetown.
Yeah.
And my fairs are based on Georgetown. I don't deviate
I
because
look
that
forward. I look
works.
so forward to coming to.
I mean, it works.
To see you guys' shows. I just.
That format and the way you set that up and the
Yeah.
way that the guys that we use and things of that nature, it works. You don't have to change it.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's not
So
an evolution.
Do you have anybody taking over USWF after you retire or you're done?
No, because I mean, I don't plan on retiring anytime soon.
Oh, okay. Good.
Hey,
Good.
I have a question from Donnie Green. He says, ask you, would Dale fine the babyface for bringing girlfriends to the show?
You ain't lying. Hey, you don't bring your girlfriend to the show,
Yeah.
and you especially don't get them in the business, because
You lose them.
next week she won't be your girlfriend. She's going to be Stan's girlfriend. And then the week after that, she's going to be JR's girlfriend. Brother, they're Rizats. You trade them. Keep the Rizats outside around the ring. Don't bring them in the back. Plain and simple.
Good advice.
I hope I answered that question.
That's right.
Guys, we have been on here close to 2 hours already.
Really?
Yes.
Got it. Didn't say
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, can I make one big announcement?
No, you guys can make any announcement you want. This is y'all's show. We can go a little longer if you want. We can wrap it up. Say whatever you need to say.
About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I went and did a show in Indiana. Just so everybody knows, little Luna Rock made her debut as
Oh.
a manager. So she's coming, okay? In about 13 years, girls in the wrestling business, be ready to have your asses kicked, because she's going to wrestle just like I do.
There you go.
That's awesome. That's
That's
awesome.
cool as that.
That's awesome.
That is
That's cool as
incredible.
This is I think is this
That's Caverna, right?
Caverna show there.
Yeah. That's where we were at. That show was packed.
Dude, the Caverna Super Show, Kyle's show in the mountains for the string. You guys didn't see the string of houses he had down
Oh, I
there.
always love when he invites us down, man. It's
Dude.
like I'm so like when he started inviting us to come to the shows, I was like, oh my God, really? Kyle Maggard wants me to come to his shows? Like, what the hell? You know, that impressed me. Like that helped me out a
Well,
lot
I mean,
with that.
we went from Jackson to Hazard to Pikeville, and every one of those shows was
packed.
yeah. I mean,
Hiding,
He knows how to do it. He knows how to do. They know how to do it. They know how to work They just know how to do it.
hiding in the pouring rain.
in the pouring rain.
That was pretty impressive. That one was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it was drizzling rain. It was cold. It was nasty.
and they still came out
Dude, it was
because they know the show is going to be legit.
Terry England, I sold a lot of masks in Hyden, Kentucky, just so you know, brother.
In 2015, we were running Irvin.
Yeah.
It was a monsoon. People were in the baseball stadium, 250 people in a monsoon.
I was watching.
Hey, back in the day, Georgetown, we had
Yeah.
freezing rain coming down.
They still
Sunday
came
night,
out.
packed. Building was packed. I mean, it was.
If you put on a great show, they will come.
dude,
But you think that there's so much wrestling on TV and the internet right now? Do you think it's too saturated, or you think that
A a lot of these people try to make their indie show. They want to make it just like the WWE TV show, and people can sit at home and watch that. They don't want to come to one of our shows and see that same format.
Look, if Superfly Johnny Lee goes and watches Monday Night Raw and then goes to Salina, Tennessee and tries to do that match, he going to be flopping in there like a fish, okay?
Yeah.
It ain't going to work.
We know our limits.
Well, but here's my point to it. You can't watch TV and then try to implement that at your next house show because it's not going to fly.
Yeah.
You don't have that connection with the people. Guys don't get it, but
you got to know these
have
people.
to connect with the fans. The fans have to either buy into you, they have to love you, or they hate you.
That's the best thing about the indie shows is that you get to be that close to the wrestlers. Like you get to. That's why when WWE is going to be they're going to do WrestleMania in Las Vegas next year. Like I want to go, but like I don't even care to go to the show. I just want to be there because all the wrestling fans are going to be there. There's going to be little tiny shows here and there. It's just going to be all the wrestlers going to be there. I don't even care if I go to the WWE
Well,
show.
it trips me out because you hear all the boys and girls now.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in so-and-so for WrestleMania week. If anybody is looking, I'm taking bookings. I'm like, what the crap?
Yeah.
I thought the goal in this business was to make money.
Yeah.
The goal in this business, Andy, is to make money.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
If you're not making money, if you're doing it because it's like a softball league, because it's just your hobby, then you're not in this business for the right reason. You got to the goal is to make money.
I don't know how many times people say, "Hey, you want to come work this show? You want to come to this work show?" I was like, "Oh, what's the PO?" "No, it's free." I was like, "I'll be at home.
Yeah.
I'm not driving for nothing."
Yeah.
That's the difference in the old style and the new style. And I'm not labeling every guy. So for anybody that's listening, it's going to get butthurt.
Yeah. Don't get butthurt.
It's not everybody, but it's like guys like us, even X, I have to say. If we go put an event on someplace and we don't make money and there's not a crowd there, we're pissed off.
Yeah.
We're mad. Nobody's happy. Nobody's happy. We're pissed.
Yeah.
If we come somewhere and there's 30 people there, we're madder than hell. And that's the difference. Some of these guys today, as long as they go out and get their shit in and get to look like a star, they're happy. They don't care if there's 10 people out in the crowd.
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's one difference. And it's not all of them,
Yeah.
but it's some of them are like that. And it's like,
That
how
is
can
true.
you be involved in wrestling and not want a payoff? You're going to abuse your body. You're going to get the shit beat out of you. And then it's like, oh, well, that's okay. I don't need no money. I'll be back next week. You can beat the shit out of me again for free. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody in their right mind wants to do that. You want compensated for it.
Yeah.
That's like what Nick Depp said. If you're not trying to make money, why are you whoring your body out like that? Let the promoters take advantage.
I've promoted I don't know how many shows over the years, right?
Yeah.
Tell me how many shows I've lost money on. And I've lost money, but tell me how many shows.
3?
One.
One?
I've only lost money one time.
Yeah.
And that was because we ran against Halloween. They changed.
They were trick-or-treating.
They changed trick or treat because it stormed on Halloween to the next weekend, and we got smoked.
Yeah.
But that's the only show I've ever lost money on. But you can't. I can't be remiss without mentioning guys like Chris Michaels.
Yeah.
Brandon Wolf is probably. I'm going to guess the top up and coming guys right now. Younger guys that get it. Still have. I'm not saying they know it all because they don't. But you got Marty Clay. You got Brandon Wolf. You got Tyler Lee Deputies has been impressive. There's several of those guys like
Flint?
that.
Chris Crow.
No, I don't put him in there.
You don't like Flint?
Yeah, I like him, but
yeah.
he don't want to listen. So
Oh, you don't listen?
no,
Okay.
he's one of them guys that knows everything.
Oh, okay.
So
Flint, listen.
yeah, listen to me. 30 years. Come on, boy.
Yeah.
Chris Crow.
Respect.
Chris is good.
Oh, Chris is-
Don't ignore Chris
No, I'm
because
not.
me and him are friends.
I'm
I mean,
not.
Chris
come on.
is
You're right.
incredible.
I give him his props.
He's incredible, man.
Yeah, Chris is good.
And he lists.
There's a lot of. I mean,
shout out everybody you like. Shout
Eric
out just
Porter.
Eric is top
Oh,
notch.
Eric's cool.
I like
Yeah.
Jacob Radliff.
Jacob is a good boy. Yeah.
I love to watch Mega Destroyer wrestle. I think he's awesome.
In the mask.
Yeah. Mega Destroyer.
Well,
I
he
love
should
watching
be.
him.
I thought you said up and
He's a
coming.
30-year guy,
Oh,
probably.
I love watching him wrestle. And, you know, it was like I was taken off by the mask the first time I watched him wrestle, but then I like actually watched him wrestle, and I was like, this guy knows exactly what he's doing.
Adrian Alexander is a good up-and-comer.
Yeah.
Listen more.
I was just going to say, I wish he would just listen a little more.
Yeah.
We can help him if he would let us. We could help him.
Yeah.
You
What do you think about his shows? You like his shows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes he hot shots a little bit, I think, but
He started to draw pretty good in Richmond.
how can you go wrong when you got Marcus Johnson on the show, first of all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Marcus is incredible.
I mean, Marcus is phenomenal.
Berto, you deal with Berto?
Yeah, we had Berto at Mama Bruiser Memorial up there.
Yeah, he seems to get it old school style, too.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
He's been in for a while.
Yeah.
I need to shout out Johnny Spade because I talked to him earlier.
Okay, Johnny Spade.
Spade is a former OVW heavyweight champion back in the Randy Orton and Cena days, and wrestled for me down in McKinney.
He was at that reunion show.
He was at my
Kings Mountain.
Yep, he come to the reunion.
Yeah.
JT Money, phenomenal kid.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Back in his day.
Can't leave out Cal Maggard.
Look, I put JT Money in the ring with Shark Boy.
Yeah.
One of the best matches I've ever watched. Ever. We used to do the Legend or the Legend show at Pulaski County. Dude, there was so many names on that show. I mean, we had Bundy and Hacksaw Duggan and
you still made good money.
It was a paid show, yeah.
Yeah.
Make money.
Oh, when they pay you to, you definitely make money.
Yeah,
if they
that's
pay
why I
you to
do fairs, man.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
That's why I stick with, a lot of people's like,
You gotta worry
I had
about
one
ticket
guy tell
sales.
me, he said, you're not a real promoter anymore. I'm like, dude, we can open the books up and
I'm the
promise
fucking major promoter. What are you talking about?
I guarantee you I make more money than you do on your show. I promise.
Yeah, you don't have to go out. You've already got your shit made. You don't have to go out and look for shows or places to put on shows.
Exactly.
You got people calling you, and you put in so much work and so much that they call you and they say, hey, come and do a show. We need you.
We're established with a bunch of these
Yeah.
fairs now. They know that we don't blow smoke. What we tell them, we do.
Yeah.
And so if we
Guaranteed good time.
2-hour show, if that's what you want, we go 3-hour show. We can do whatever you want to.
Yeah.
We
'cause
structure to them.
Yeah, you're legit. I mean, y'all guys are the freaking shit. I mean, if anybody's the shit, you guys are.
Well, I mean, it's not like we haven't worked at it for years.
Oh, yeah. Y'all just found
dude, there's so many. My problem is there's so many guys that I haven't mentioned. That
are gonna be like, you didn't talk about me.
No, not that. Because some of them probably don't even know that I'm even on here. There's guys like Rowdy Red that was in Georgetown. It's probably one of the top 10 workers in the state ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I mean, he was that good.
Yeah.
He had to be a little whiz-ack to get in there, but he could work, man. There was, Handsome Jimmy told me and Jim Chadwick one night, he said, you guys can take your deal, go anywhere in the country and make money with how you're doing it.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It wasn't like we were working because we wouldn't. We was having a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we were working, but.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of guys today, Andy, they don't understand that you can either work the crowd or you can work the boys and entertain yourself. And if you work the crowd, you're going to make money.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more fun.
And interact.
Yeah.
If you're a heel and you go out there and you can't get heat, then why are you out there?
Exactly.
That is the thrill of independent wrestling compared to WWE wrestling.
Yeah.
On the independent wrestling, right there, like if Joe Blow here on the front row, if he's cussing Stan Sierra, I know what that guy's saying. I can pinpoint him out because it's a smaller venue, more up close kind of thing. These people, when they pay their money and come here, they're coming to be involved. They don't want to. They're not paying to come there and just sit. They want you to cuss, and they want to look at you back and say, you stick it. You know,
Yeah.
they want to be involved. They don't want to sit there and not be worked.
'Cause that's what they want to go and do their boss, and they can't do it there, so they come to the wrestling show and,
Yeah.
and
But
let
I've
out
seen-
some aggression and some steam, and that's what they
and
want to
that's
do.
And as soon as Stan's music plays or my music plays, they know they can do that.
Yeah.
Here's
a lot of
here's
these
an-
other guys.
Yeah,
Just
here's
ignore
another
'em.
thing, and I've preached this to all the young guys. When you pick that song, I don't care what it is. When you pick that song, do not change it.
Stick with it.
Don't change it.
Yeah.
I came out to Back in Black by AC/DC for 30 years, never changed it. When my music hit,
They know that's
they
that's
knew who
you.
was coming out.
Yeah, I've seen so much wrestling, and we've been to so many shows, and I've seen so many guys like just come out, like you said, just go straight to the ring, don't work the crowd, don't get no heat, like what are you doing? And and when I was out there, came out with Stan, I was thinking I'm talking too much, I'm doing too much out here. I was trying to work the crowd, big time, and and I was like, I was up in Michigan doing the same thing, and I was told I was doing too much, and I was like, okay, I'll back off a little bit, but I just
There you have a fine line, and I
Uh-huh.
used to tell Chadwick this all the time. You can't outshine the guy in the ring.
yeah, that's what I think I was doing, was
And
outshining the guy in the ring.
Yeah, you can't outshine
Yeah.
it because the focus needs to be on.
It's hard to
the ring.
outshine this guy though.
That's one big issue I have with a lot of companies today. You go in to wrestle, but people that's doing managing, referees, announcers, they're all trying to be the star and take the focus off the guys in there wrestling. having a
Exactly.
match.
Yeah. If the guy selling popcorn's getting over more than the guys in the ring,
Exactly.
there's something wrong somewhere.
Yeah, or the guy in the ring should be working harder, I think.
Well, soapbox time here for
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
The Kentucky has ruined wrestling for us because they will license anybody that sends them $40 in.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can get a promoter's license if you're bonded. If you send it in, you can promote wrestling.
Uh-huh.
They don't know who you are, Tom, Dick, or Harry. It doesn't matter.
They don't even know. They don't look into your background or anything like that.
They need to put it. Here's what. And this Gonerman had the best idea ever. He said, "I want to have 4 training places in this state."
Yeah.
And those trainers, and at that time, he said, I want Doug Vines, I want Rated X, I want Dirty Chris Hayes, and I want Rip Rogers. Those are my 4 trainers. And I want to bring those guys, when they get trained, in front of all 4 of those trainers, and each one of them has to sign off, and then he gets his license.
At one time, you couldn't get your license unless you went through a promoter. They
Yes.
had to get it for you. You couldn't just.
The promoter had to send it in
Yeah.
and say, hey, this guy's legit. Now, no, you don't have to.
Yeah.
So that winds up to guys getting hurt, crappy wrestling, killing towns. Fans don't come because they don't want to see you out
So
there.
say like a match like between me and Johnny, that's something different, right?
It's a gimmick.
Yeah, it's a gimmick. That's something different.
Yeah, all you guys are going to be is a gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not trying to get in there and be wrestlers. We're just trying to be, what.
Well, if you're mad at him and he's mad at you, somebody going to get the piss beat out of
yeah,
him.
we
I'm
just
hoping.
in there you're actually going to beat the hell out of
If
each
y'all
other.
don't beat each other up, then I get to beat Terry England up that very next night. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna beat his
Okay.
ass, and that's the
You ain't
fact.
beating shit.
John, shut your mouth.
I don't think you're beating is yourself at night.
Shut the hell up, cause I'm gonna
Is
tell
it-
both
hey,
of you
is
losers.
it hard to beat off in a trash can? Is it hard to beat off in the dumpster, John?
Try to super kick me this time.
Johnny Lee, get ready. Johnny Lee, don't pull that blade out and cut him. I don't want to see blood
They'll
up in
find
here.
out.
He's too
So
poor to
you-
have a blade.
You'll find out real quick. Keep
You-
up with inside double.
You get your hands out of my face there, boy. Hey,
Who you calling boy?
get back in the bathroom and clean the bathroom
I ain't
again.
doing a damn thing
I
that you
just
say.
me and
Sean
Andy
John just
had
took a
chili
big
dogs.
giant shit in there. You need to go in there and clean it up.
That's just you.
I suggest you
keep your
shut
mouth
up. You shut up. You don't have a
Keep your damn
microphone.
mouth shut.
You
I've been
shut
drinking
your
a long
mouth.
time.
We've lost
Oh, no.
control. Mizarks are taking over. What is going on up in here?
Stan, tell him.
Jesus Christ.
Tell him to shut up over there.
Look, Terry
Hey, I'll get
England.
Stan to punch you in the face again.
I might smack Terry England just for doing this.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
You
thinking.
should.
Yeah, you should.
That's probably what I'm.
Yeah,
what
I'm
doing.
gonna smack a $20
Well, he
bill in
got
his hand, and
outside.
that guarantees me a win. I don't even have to give him 100. I have to give that guy 20, and I'm winning this
You
match.
give him 2 double nickels in the game's over. I
Yeah,
promise.
I'm gonna pull out my pocket full of change, and I'm like, here, Terry. He's gonna be like, Sean, make sure Andy wins.
Look, on a serious note, before
Yeah.
we get off here,
Yeah,
I just want to tell every one of the guys and girls that I've ever gotten in the ring with,
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to wrestle. That it was a pleasure and an honor. It was fun because we had fun. In our day, when the game was on, baby, we were on fire, and we had fun. I wish some of the boys would take it back to that era and listen and learn to work the people more. And if you do that, you're going to draw more. And that means you're going to make more money, and then the guys are going to make more money because you can pay more, Terry England. Just saying. So, but man, I've had a blast doing this. I mean, the guys, the name guys.
Still having fun, right?
Yeah, I have a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the guys, the name guys that I actually got to work with Fargo, I mean, dude, I wrestled Paul Diamond, who was an AWA World Tag Team Champion.
Yeah.
I mean, on WrestleMania. That didn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, with Tracy Smothers, golly. Tracy and I tore Georgetown down. I mean, we did. And I watched matches with him and Wildcat off the chain. I mean, they were phenomenal. Me and Abyss in the cage at Georgetown, man, the people were so invested in that feud.
Yeah.
It was unreal. And I probably wrestled Abyss 75 times.
Really?
Oh, dude, yeah. Me and him traded that MWA title 3 times, so.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was, it was good, man. We had a ball. Chris Michaels, another guy, was in Georgetown. Sean Casey. Those guys were.
I'd love to get him up here at some point.
They were
Chris
over.
Michaels up here. I'd love to get him in here.
Yeah, Chris is so far away, though. We'd have to catch him and get a fare or something.
I'm gonna have to. I've got the ability to take my equipment and go, because I went up to Michigan and me and I kind of had a little small. I wanted to test it there, but I'm at the point where we can take my laptop and I can do a podcast anywhere.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
to do that. So if you come to the fairs,
yeah. We'll we just got to make more money, guys. On this Nice Guy Andy Podcast Facebook page, go over there and subscribe to us, guys. It's only $1. If we get a couple thousand people sending us $1 a day or $1 a month, we have a bigger budget. We can get out to these fair shows. We can get out to more of these shows and do some more podcasting and bring more independent pro wrestling to you guys. The good shit, not the stuff that we don't want to look at. But we have been on here 2 hours and 15 minutes, guys. At this point, I let everybody say a few words and say bye to the fans and tell everybody your social medias and what's going on with you guys. JR, go first.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I just got the JR Rock Facebook page. I post on every now and then. I'll be back in June on the Nice Guy Andy Podcast with Steve Middleton to talk about the documentary, the JR Rock wrestling story that just dropped. It's already got 6,000 views. It's been online about a week and a half.
That's on YouTube?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Cool.
My Mountain Fiend.
Yeah, I've watched it. You sent it to me, and it was awesome. I loved it. Stan, you want to tell everybody what you're doing, where you're at, and what's going on with you? Anything you want to say to anybody?
Well, yeah, before I get to that, I want to say, like Jimmy, I want to sincerely tell all the guys through my short career that any of them times that you really thought about pushing me, but you didn't have enough guts to do it, you made the right decision not to do it, because I would have beat the shit out of you in front of everybody in the locker room. So you made the right choice by not pushing me. And when I leave here, I'm going to have to go down to the gas station and get me about 3 or 4 5-hour energies and butt chug them. That way I don't fall asleep on the drive home from being so bored to listen to this shit all night long. But on a good note,
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Indianapolis, Indiana this Saturday night. MCIW, New Breed. All matches are going to be cage matches. We're literally 2 blocks down from the Indianapolis Speedway. So,
Wow,
come
that's
see
this
Stan
weekend?
Sierra. Yes, sir. Come see Stan Sierra in Indianapolis, Indiana this Saturday night.
Indianapolis, Indiana, guys. Get up there and watch Stan wrestle. It's incredible. It's a great show. Jimmy, you want to go off on him again?
No, man. Look. I know what to expect from him.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. Like I said, I've been on both sides of the fence. I know.
Yeah.
But, just to reiterate, the fair tour is coming. We have a blast doing that. Get out and see us if you can. Going to be all over the state, like I said. A shout out to all the old Georgetown boys, because we had a ball. All the Sterling guys. That was fun, man. It was just, it was a trip. I mean, you get in the ring and share the ring with Sherry Martell. I mean, that's cool as heck. Tracy was,
rest in peace,
yeah.
Sherry.
With golly, wrestling Danny Fargo and finally understanding, oh, okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
Doug Vines, same way, didn't want to wrestle Bobby Blade, he'd beat the living crap out of you. Just saying. He was stiffer than a honeymoon pecker. But anyway, man, I've had a blast doing this stuff. I've been fortunate. I had a lot of fans, thanks to every one of the fans that ever come and watched us, because there was a ton of them.
Yeah.
From Continental Inn to Georgetown to Sterling to...
I just want to thank you for doing all that stuff, and thank you for agreeing to come to the studio. I really appreciate it. We've been wanting you in here for a while. We're trying to get Terry in here next. Maybe you can come back with him, or maybe we can just go down there with him. Maybe, like I said, I can do mobile now too a little bit. I'd like people to come to the studio because, it's just, this is home. So
you better print more of those fake dollars if you can get Terry up.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
Well,
yeah.
Andy,
I'm gonna
get
you
right now. I can do my Terry England.
I've been saving my quarters and nickels and stuff, so I'm gonna take. I got a whole
you gotta have a change jug.
Yeah, I got a whole change jug. I'm just gonna go down there and hand it to him. Guys, out there on Facebook or YouTube, guys, go over and subscribe to us. If you haven't subscribed yet, go over to the YouTube channel, subscribe. The YouTube channel is growing. We give you all the best independent clips we can get from pro wrestling around the state of Kentucky and closer around. We even went up to Michigan last week and gave you some of those clips. Guys, if you guys would go over to the podcast, NiceGuyAndy Podcast Facebook page, like, share, comment on the comments, follow. Make sure that you subscribe for $1. You can subscribe for $1, or that would make the podcast, that would help grow us tremendously. This thing reaches 4.3 million every 28 days. Our impression is 9 million. So we're out there, guys. We just... we love pro wrestling, and we're trying to grow this thing as big as we can. And I thank you, J.L. Rock, for coming in.
Well, thank you for
Stan Sierra, it's always a pleasure to see you. It's always great to be in the presence of a bona fide champion. B Money's over there. He's got goosebumps right now, sitting so close to you. His you're making his change. You're making his chain even glow a little more.
True BMF right here.
Hell yeah. And like I said, Jimmy, thank you so much for coming. And tell Terry's ass to get up here.
Hey, Ray the Bear Steele, you promised me you were coming to Jessamine County Fair last year, and you no-showed. So bring your ball head up and out of there.
I'm surprised those guys didn't show up tonight.
Bear, he's a wrestling coach for Bryant Station High School.
How is that possible?
I don't know, but he was there. I saw him at a wrestling meet a couple years ago.
He doesn't do it anymore.
I
Thank
don't
God.
know if he still does or not, but you might be able to find him there if he doesn't come to the fair.
He's up here. He comes out here just about once every 2 months or once a month, so you can probably find him here sometime. I'm surprised those guys didn't show up tonight. I really am surprised those guys didn't show up. Donnie Green and Bear Steele, I'm surprised they did not show up tonight, but they may be busy. They clown on Bobby so much.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Who does?
Red Lobster rib.
Guys, if you're not having fun,
You ain't getting none.
damn Skippy.
Nice Guy Andy Podcast.
That went by fast.
That was a good show.
How many comments we get?
Ooh,
Really?
yeah!
Huh?
We had over 124.
Watch the nice guy.
Jeez, OP.
Look at the views.
This is
That's
the Zodiac.
gonna grow up.
I'm telling you now. Meditate,
We had
elevate,
19
and
shares
dominate.
and
Do it with the Nice Guy Andy Podcast.
1,900
Hell yeah.
views.
Said,
He
that's
keeps
gonna
popping
grow
off at
up.
the mouth. I'm gonna be his dad.
What's up, unicorn?
There he is!
Shows up after the show's in.
What's up, man? Come on over.
Oh, let me get up. Go see you.
Bear Steele just showed up.
What's up, though, dog? Good to see you, man.
Donnie come with you?
No, he's not allowed out.
No, he's not allowed in the house.
It's curfew. His old lady got him on curfew.
Wow. Yeah.
No. He's gonna be the next coach.
Yeah.
You lied on me. What? You said I stiffed you. Oh, come on, man, was like.
Dude, I swear I walked around with I was like this. I said, God almighty, Fargo, where'd you find that boy at? Because he's still a honeymoon dick. He's killed me.
Yeah, we're still on air, guys. If y'all want to.
Oh.
No, y'all good. Y'all ain't said nothing. Yeah. You want to sit down for a minute? Say hi to Jimmy. We're still on air. We got a surprise in the studio, guys. Bearer Steel just showed up at the last minute.
I
I guess.
come on here and defend myself because I feel I've been fabricated on.
No, you ain't. You ain't.
Man, I
no.
don't think I've ever stiffed any one person in my life.
Yeah, right. Whatever. You and Bobby Blade. Yeah, you and Bobby Blade.
Now, Bobby Blade, I
y'all light as
understand.
feathers.
But
Yeah.
me, I'm a different story.
Brother, I was telling them how much fun we had in Sterling.
Oh my God.
What was the building over here that you and Big Al run? Was that the Ice Center?
The Ice Center.
And
yeah.
Dickie Fazel run where? In the strip mall somewhere over. Where was that at?
That was over in Taste Creek.
Center Parkway, right?
Center Parkway.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Didn't they run a school over there for a little bit?
Yeah, no, they had ICW over there for a while. It was pretty
That's
good.
where Cujo trained.
Yeah. Oh,
Cujo
man,
trained there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was wild.
Yeah, they did have a little school there for like
Right.
like 6 months or something. Somebody did at some point. I remember going over there. Now they got a police station there.
Right.
Dang.
No, it was a big value, and then they bought it and used it.
Yeah.
We had fun, though. God, we had fun.
But y'all got, y'all finally got the man out. I mean, I don't know how y'all got him out of.
We're stars, man.
Stanford,
Stars bring stars. You know how it is.
Right.
We spoke to him.
Stars bring stars.
No, I told him I needed a $50 payoff. That's what I told him, Bear.
No, he's getting some. He's
They
getting
gotta
some.
pop up that door.
He's getting a hot dog and a chip or something. He ain't leaving without nothing.
Terry England, hot dog and a handshake.
Something. Russ will give you that old raw chicken.
Yeah, really. God, that'd make a man sick, wouldn't it? Jesus.
Raw
Man,
chicken.
the stuff we seen and did. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But we didn't listen. That was the problem. We didn't listen. Me, the younger guys didn't listen to these guys.
See, we tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried.
We tried.
Him and Larry, man, that's who
We
you
need somebody to. We need
Larry
somebody
Corey, if you
to.
want to laugh,
continue
get Larry
this.
Corey on there, man.
I made a Patriot remark tonight.
Dude, that dude. He said, "Why are you doing all that for? You getting $10?"
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just doing it.
Yeah, don't kill me.
Somebody told me to.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as I was light, man.
Now,
My stuff looked good.
I swear, I walked out of Sterling that night. I was like, look, my forehead was hitting the rearview mirror every time I'd turn. I'd be like, what the piss is
What
going?
did he hit you with?
He headbutted me.
Oh wow! Did you have one too?
Hold on. To my
No.
defense, I got trained that afternoon. And Fargo said, just put your
Hey,
hand.
that's that show.
Yeah.
That's the one before. This one right here. It was packed.
Fargo said, just put your hand up and hit your hand as hard as you want.
No, I didn't.
Well, I
fly.
missed my hand.
Hey, I swear, my eyes crossed. Them little birds was flying around my head. I seen
It's
stars.
like,
I was
who's this
what
guy
the
that's actually headbutting
No,
me?
he would hit me and knock me down. He'd say, sail. Well, dude, I never had no training.
I'm not a boat.
Listen, I'm in a championship match.
Hey, Jack in a box. I'd hit him, he'd pop right
I'm
back
in
up.
a championship chain match, and he keeps hitting me, and he goes, "Sell." Well, fuck, I don't know what the fuck he's talking. I don't know. Are we selling fucking cars or what we doing? So I jump back up. So finally, he hits me in the jaw as hard as he can. And he goes, "Stay the fuck down." I was like, "Okay, gotcha." I understand that. I understand that. But sale, I didn't get. It was off. We had a dog. Our chain match. Fargo went to Walmart and bought a dog chain with burrs on it, so we're both bleeding.
Yeah, blade.
Bleeding from the spurs on the chain, not from
Yeah, from
wrestling each other.
Oh wow!
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Gosh.
But no, they gave me a lot of knowledge that I did listen to a lot of it, but a lot of it I didn't listen to because like
You knew
I don't
everything.
be you old fucks and just show up and not do nothing.
Big,
but
yeah, them
they-
grouchy old wrestlers.
they were trying to tell us like don't do nothing if you're not getting do what you get paid to do.
Yeah. If you ain't getting over, don't do nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
But we were just young and wanted to do it, you know. And they had been there already, but they were like, guys, y'all doing all that for nothing. Y'all making somebody else money and y'all not getting none, and you're killing yourselves. And now every morning when I wake up and I'm like, fuck.
And I've heard you tell the same. I've heard you tell the same story to other wrestlers too.
Right.
You tell the
And
same
they
thing
don't
to them.
listen.
Yeah.
Larry, when Larry was big and he was rolling, he was running all them training. He said, "Man, come down and talk to all my heels about getting over." So I went down there. I swear to you, I ain't gonna say his name, but I talked to their biggest heel for an hour, and I just basically passed on the knowledge that him and others had passed on to me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't listen. And man, he was sitting there and he's listening. I was like, man, you ain't got to do this. You ain't got to cuss. You ain't got to do this. If you just get them, get them. And I swear to you, I sit there, and then as soon as he came out, he went to all the bullshit you see on TV and all shit. And I was like,
He didn't listen.
I just wasted a whole afternoon of my life.
I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah.
Because I came and gave him all this good knowledge that was passed down to me.
Yeah.
And he just went out there and shit on it. I was like, okay, well, that's why you're nothing now.
Brother, I had
You
two
don't listen.
OVW guys come, and and Spade told me today, he said all they did was they did the startup class and didn't even finish it, quit.
Right.
And he said, when I got them, I was trying to teach them a few things, and they were like, oh, we know, brother, we know.
Yeah.
We know already. You got to go.
Yeah.
You got to
If
go.
you know already, what are you doing here? You gotta leave. Bye bye.
Look,
So,
one
and
dude.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. Like, everybody's like, because everybody, do one more, do blah, blah, blah. But it's just not the same. The biggest thing to me is when I was a kid and I'd go watch wrestling, I'd look at those guys and I'd be like, man, those guys will fucking kill me. And now you got guys in the ring and guys in the crowd sitting like, I'll fuck that motherfucker up if he walked up on me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, they're not believable tough guys. We
Yeah.
were the last believable tough guys.
Yeah.
And they're just, I'm not saying everybody, so don't quote it, but they're far and few between
Very.
believable tough guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, because we would go out and wrestle, then we go to the bars and fucking fight all night. Like, that was wrestlers back in the day, but now they go home and they want to get together on Fortnite. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like, no, I'm out. Like, I'm done.
That's
I'm
it.
good. I'm good. Like, I'll just sit and watch and try to pass something on, but it's just not the same to me.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't hardly watch it. I watch the pay-per-views with B and the things, but
These guys were pretty much done with wrestling until I started this podcast. They started coming over talking more about it.
And we get to reminisce and talk about the good days, man, because we had some good days. We
Yeah.
had some
Heck
real
yeah.
good days.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
We did the same thing with Bobby Blade. We brung him back into the business. He's
But like
managing again.
The first kind of the story was, I never even knew what independent wrestling was. I used to go to every Thursday night, or one Thursday night a month in Rep Arena and see Jerry and all the guys. And then Chucky called me one night and said, man, they got Jimmy Valiant down in Georgetown. I said, get the fuck out of here, man. So go down there, and then Jimmy comes out, but then Jimmy comes out, Ace comes out. And these fuckers are ignorant. Like, I'm watching him, and I'm like,
this is different than I watch on Thursday, right?
Right. As he's going around, these fuckers, they're getting ignorant.
Yeah.
Like, they're pulling out knives and shit. Like, I'm like, I can do that. I can insult people like a motherfucker. Like, that's my life.
Hey, right in the palm of my hand.
That's my dad. My dad and his friends, that's all they ever did, sit around and talk about each other.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah.
I can do that. I know I can do that, and I know I'm more athletic than that motherfucker. I don't know who it was, but I'm like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then I went, and I was like, man, it ain't that easy. But then again, I was kind of a natural athlete. I played football and baseball and all the things, and then watching these guys, and he's like, listen, man, just look at the guy in the eye. Look at that guy in the eye and get that guy to stand up and interact with that guy, with that one guy, and everybody else will feed off him. And man, I swear to you, they played my song after. They did. He was the first, so everything I'm saying he already done. But when me and Al would come out, they play our song 3 times while we're trying to go around the ring, because we're talking shit to everybody, every one person. We moved to the next.
Yeah.
And it was all cool. And then we went up to Roger, and he was like, no. He cut our song in half. They wouldn't remix it, cut it in half, said, y'all got 5 minutes, period. Y'all are taking way too much time. We're here to make money.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that with us.
Yeah.
We were there for the people who were there to watch it.
Yeah. You said, you climbed in there and you didn't think it was that easy. You found out it wasn't that easy.
No.
I tried to climb into the ring last time I was down at EWA, and I've been at the gym every day walking 2 miles because I was like, this is even climbing in the ring is something.
Did you fall through the ropes or something?
No, I just grabbed myself to pull myself up, and I was like, I am totally out of shape. So I've been at the gym every day, 2 miles every day, so I can get in a little bit of shape just to even get in the ring.
Fargo gave me a shot on a whim because my brother was doing all his advertising for free because my brother ran Link Copies at the time, was doing all his posters. So like, yeah, sure, bring your brother up. So he thought I'd just kick his ass and he'll be out the door.
Yeah.
So the first thing he told me was 50 bumps over. So a guy gets on his hands and knees and you flip over top of him and hit the ring. I did 50 and got up and said, what's next? And he goes, oh, hold on. So, but what had happened was, and I don't even know if you noticed this, he was the only guy getting paid because he was the only guy worth it.
I was.
Right? So he's paying
Guaranteed.
this guy, I don't know how much, 100, 200 bucks. So then here
That's a lot back then.
Here I am, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm kind of a natural, except for the things that needed to be honed in. I'm as big as him, I'm as loud as him, and I'm basically copying him, but he's only paying me $5. So
The
he
Fargo payoff.
Right. So he pushed him out.
Yeah.
Essentially, he pushed him out
Save that money.
to save that money and made me him.
Yeah.
Gave me that spot, and I wasn't ready for it.
Do you know what my payoff was back in the day?
How
I
much?
can say this now.
How much?
Guaranteed, $150 every Sunday.
Every time you wrestle.
We were getting 5.
Back in the day, that was a lot of money, right?
Brother,
Back-
I told you we did 4 nights.
Yeah.
We'd start on Thursday.
Yeah.
If I was selling gimmicks and my payoff and everything, I'd end those 4 nights with about $1,500 to $1,800.
Shit. Back
And
in
he
the
was
day, you was
telling us-
rich.
He was telling us it was it's part of your training.
Training, yeah, you
It's
paying
part
them
of your
dues.
training. You're
Paying your dues.
Paying them dues,
That's what I
baby.
tell.
And so
That's what I tell Big Money.
So he's making now. He's
I'm making money and Fargo's making money, but
Right.
there ain't nobody else making money.
right. So then when he pushes out,
Yeah.
Fargo's making all the money.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody else making nothing.
Yeah.
But then eventually somebody calls me like, hey, man, we'll give you and your brother $150 to come here. Fargo, no, you can't go there. You can't go there. It's territory. And I'm like, hold on. And finally, Larry's
You
like,
got money over there.
Larry Corey.
He'd
Like,
handcuff you. Fargo'd handcuff you.
Yeah, Larry Corey said, go make your money. And the first time we did it, I got a nasty phone call. And the next time I walked up the start line, I said, I'm done. I said, dude, I've been coming here for 4 or 5 years for $5 for a whole Saturday. And a dude just paid me $150 for 5 minutes. We showed up. We didn't have to do nothing. We didn't set no ring up. We didn't do no bullshit. We went out, did our match, left, got our payoff. And I was like, oh, no, hold on. Something ain't right.
Look, jealousy was a big thing back in the day, was it not?
And he tried to pit us all against each other.
Yeah. You remember this? Because I called you.
Yeah.
I worked a benefit show. This little boy had a disease called Hurler's syndrome, and his organs outgrew his body, right?
Oh, wow.
So we were doing a benefit for him over at the Danville National Guard Armory. It was for BBW Wrestling, right? Me and Joe Bailey butted heads. We didn't like each other.
No.
But they begged me. They said, look, you're local. Would you please come over and do this benefit for this little boy? And I said, yeah.
No, I wasn't there because I would have backed you.
You remember I called? Remember when I called y'all? Look, so I'm in the ring and I'm wrestling this dude named Atomic Dog, a black guy, good worker. But they do the Bret Hart before the Bret Hart gimmick actually went down in Montreal. Oh. He puts me in his deal, and the referee calls for the bell and shoots out, and I was Fargo's champion.
Oh.
So.
He took your belt without.
No, the belt wasn't on the line, but they beat
put him
me.
under.
Oh yeah,
They beat
put
me.
When you thought you was going over.
No, it was going to be a smudge, but
yeah.
So the referee screwed me, got out of the ring. Everybody ran.
Yeah.
So then I'm out there fighting like 4 of them. I mean, straight. This was a shoot. We were fighting.
Yeah.
Manslaughter, JC. And here's the thing. The athletic commissioner, Jack Kearns, was sitting there watching all this thinking it was part of the show. Seriously.
He called me. I said, let's go back next week.
Look.
He's like, no, brother, no, brother. I was like, no, let's go.
Look, I called Barry and I said, brother, you ain't going to believe what happened. What? And I said, man, I got jumped. I said, they jumped me. And he said, oh, no. He said, we're going to hit the rig on them next week. He said, we're loading up.
Wow. Did y'all do it?
No, I was like, no, let it die, man.
It wasn't worth it. And honestly, it wouldn't have been worth it because we would have looked bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have turned it on us.
Yeah, exactly.
And the athletic commission would have got us and not them.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to stop by.
Oh, no, I love that you stopped by. Thank you so much.
I love this guy. And we're coming to see you. We're coming, I think it's a Tuesday coming up.
Jessamine County? Are you coming? Where at?
Next week, what do you got?
Carroll County and Taylor County.
When is Stanford?
Lincoln County, that's the 21st, 22nd.
That's where we're going to try to come. Somewhere a little closer.
Yeah.
Come to one of them.
We'll be at Jessamine County, Nicholasville now.
Oh, what day?
Yeah.
It's on a Wednesday. That's July the 10th.
It don't matter.
We'll have to get you back on
we was
there
talking about-
with him and
Yeah.
Donnie.
Yeah. Oh, man, and Chris. We need Chris on there.
Chris won't do nothing with it.
No, he won't. Chris Corman, get your ass out of the house and come on up here. No, you need, honestly,
Yeah.
the best show you can have outside of me and Donnie, because me and Donnie are fucking badass.
Oh, y'all are the
on
best,
here.
yeah.
Fuck Donnie Green, by the way. If you can get X, Larry Corey, and Chris Corman, dude, you never had a better show.
Yeah.
Never had a better show. Because
We couldn't get nobody to get a word in, though.
right. No,
They
fuck.
don't even need me here, right?
But yeah, boys, I just want to stop by.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Guys, we're going to end this show again.